Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We deploy our investigators to preserve evidence. We have the courtroom experience to show the insurance companies that we mean business. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt. Contact us at besmartlegal.com.
I'm Judge Steve McKinley, and I ask you to vote for me to continue as the Richland County Juvenile Court Judge. I'll continue to give great care to helping rehabilitate troubled children, and I'll treat every person that comes before the court with dignity and respect.
Paid for by the Committee for Judge McKinley, Carl Milliron, Treasurer.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Good evening and welcome to Arlin Field in Mansfield. Tonight, it's high school playoff football as the Mansfield Sr TY Tigers play host to the Cougars of Sylvania Southview. This is the iHeart Radio High School Football Game of the Week presented by Pediatric Consultants of Ashland and Mansfield on My 100.1. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Aaron Hines alongside my partner Erik Will. And Erik, so far everything in 2020 has been different. The high school football season no different. 2-4 Mansfield Senior, the home team tonight. 1-5 Southview, the visitors. And I say it's different because normally this would be week 7. We'd have a few more games to go before the playoffs. But still, when you say playoffs in the state of Ohio in high school football, you think no further than a year ago and what the Tigers did on their run to Canton.
Yeah, they have another opportunity to continue that pursuit right here, right now. And, you know, what a beautiful night we've got here. I mean, this is what makes Ohio high school perfect is the situation we have here tonight. And just a beautiful stadium, a beautiful setting here. And the Tigers are gotten better each and every week. You know, you and I got to see them week 2 and 3. And to see that progression just during that time period and being able to see a little bit of film and talk to some coaches and players, man, you can see that they're really excited to take that 2-4 for a spin and continue to extend this season.
Mansfield Senior coming off a win a week ago, 17-7 over Mount Vernon. Last week, Southview had a tough loss to rival Sylvania Northview by a score of 14-5. And Erik, we both know going into this football game, offense, who scores first is going to be key.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams, if they have deficiencies, they're on the offensive side. Both defenses are pretty darn good. Mansfield's defense is off the charts good. So it's going to really, you're right, you know, early offensive success is going to be at a premium in this football game.
Well, and we are just learning as we get ready for football here tonight. Mansfield Senior quarterback Brock Hill will not be available tonight, so it will be a freshman, we're told. Duke Reese will get the start, and we saw him earlier in the year. The lefty, he can really sling it around, Erik. But a freshman gets the reins of the offense tonight. I guess almost like a dream come true. Can he lead in his freshman year his team to a high school football playoff win?
Yeah, and the bottom line is no matter what's going on in that locker room, he's the man of the hour. And here's what you're going to see. You're going to see your upperclassmen rally around him. Your coaches are going to protect him. So, you're talking about Brock Hill. You're talking nearly 1,400 yards of offense. I believe 18 touchdowns accounted for, not playing in this game. So the young freshman, we got to see him against Lexington, and both of you and I were unbelievably impressed with him because he came out and slung it around a little bit. I don't know if he's going to be as elusive, but he's got a young left cannon. Can't wait to see it tonight.
Yeah, Avion Gross, Miles Bradley, Ty Hall, a lot of offensive weapons for Mansfield Sr. They have struggled to run the football this season, and that could be key. Also, the Tigers have not scored yet this season in the first quarter. That may be very, very key here tonight.
Well, and not only that, I did a little calculations here while I was finishing up school today, and in the first and fourth quarters, Mansfield Sr. has been outscored 90-19. But the good news is in the second and third quarters, they've outscored their opponents 85-67. So they've got to find a way to get the ball in the end zone. Because you're right, Aaron. I mean, when you look at their early success, it's almost non-existent. Getting outscored 41-0, I believe you said, in the first quarter. So that's got to change here tonight.
Well, let's talk about Southview for a moment. By the way, senior high, 11th year head coach Chioke Bradley not with the team tonight, expected back next week. I'll rattle off some of his numbers throughout the broadcast. What he has done for Tiger football as a player, now as a coach, has just been incredible. 11 years and 6 appearances in the playoffs. This is the first time in school history they have been in the playoffs in back-to-back years. That is impressive.
Hey, Chokey's one of the best in the business. He's a humble guy, works hard, always has his players ready to go. He and his staff do such a great job. I don't know if there's anybody who embodies a city and a program quite like Coach Bradley. And, for him not to be here tonight, I can guarantee it's just eating his skin off. So, if he's listening wherever he is, I don't know if he's going to be on the hill, helping out with this thing some way, shape, or form. Knowing Choke, he'll be involved some way, one way or another.
Well, he loves senior high, and we really saw that kind of resonate on that playoff run a year ago. Southview, by the way, 1-5. Here's what you need to know. The kid's name is Nick Harshman. He's their leading rusher. He's their leading receiver. And Ogo, by the way, he's their leading tackler. That dude does it all.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, you're going to be hearing number 6's name a lot, Nick Harshman, like you said. You're looking at 18 catches, 145 yards, a touchdown. He's rushed the ball for nearly 400 yards and almost 7 yards a carry for a couple scores. They're only averaging a touch over 8 points a game, I believe, Aaron, per game. So against this Mansfield Senior defense, they're going to be looking to try to get off early and often and use that take that 41-0 advantage in the first quarter that the opponents have had. But I'll say this, I don't know if he's played a defense like that TY Tiger defense.
Few other names. Quarterback name is Cam Young. Watch for him. Brennan Green, CJ Fenter, along with Logan Moore, some of their wide receivers, just 2 touchdown passes on the year. And talking to Coach Sean Adams, who is the coach tonight for senior high and also their defensive coordinator, a very physical team, but they want to establish the run. They really feel senior high's defense, can they step up and stop the run? They've done real well all year, Eric. They'll be challenged here tonight against Southview.
If you're one-dimensional, I don't know if you can beat Mansfield, even with the offensive struggles that they've had this year, because I think they can win literally 14-7, 7-0. I mean, their defense is that good. They play a lot of zero coverage. That means no safety in the field. You're getting man underneath, and they're going to bring guys. They're generally speaking very gap responsible with what they do on the defensive side. I'm looking forward to seeing Cam Young. That's their quarterback. See if he can have an influence in the game through the pass game. Right around 500 yards. I'm telling you, Aaron, there's a lot of different storylines to see how this thing plays out. And it's an unfamiliar opponent, not only for us to call a game, but for the TY Tigers to play these guys. We got the Cougars and the Tigers. What did we hear earlier today? It's a battle of the cats, right?
We have both teams heading out onto the field. Mansfield Sr. in the orange jerseys, white pants, and we are going to pause now for tonight's national anthem. Getting a little bit closer to football here tonight from Arlin Field. Aaron Hines, Erik Will, glad to have you. iHeart Radio tonight, teaming up with the OH Report to bring you tonight live high school playoff football, week number 7. The Mansfield Sr TY Tigers, I mentioned, is right before the anthem. Orange jerseys, orange helmet, white pants, Southview dressed in all white, orange numerals, and the orange helmet. And Erik, as we get a little bit closer to kickoff here tonight, you know, the old cliche of defenses win championships, and we've seen this Mansfield Senior defense just get better and better all year. A couple names I threw out in the pregame to Coach Adams, and I'm going to lead with him, is Seth Miller. He's the linebacker. Yeah. He is everywhere. He is the leader on this defense. Coach Adams told me he does whatever we ask of him and just loves playing football. Ricky Mills, another guy who stepped in, and they'll play wherever you want. They just want to play football. Yeah, they're selfless football players, and that shows up by the way that they attack the game. You know, when your defense is constructed the right way, your linebackers are going to lead your team in tackles because your defensive line is going to be eating up guys at the point of attack. So the linebackers for Mansfield are no different than any other great defense. The difference is there's a difference on how it should be and how it is. And the senior high guys, they play the game how it is. And like I said, defensively they have no troubles. I'm actually not too concerned about that Tiger defense tonight. I'm just curious if we can get the first big play here. So I think that's going to be the difference tonight. And Mansfield Senior will be starting with the ball. Sylvania won the toss, elected to defer. Mansfield's taking the ball. So obviously they want to see this freshman quarterback that we're also excited to take a look at. Well, we can tell you Southview will blitz a lot, according to defensive coordinator Sean Adams. He told me we want to run the ball, but Erik, utilizing the quick screen, the quick passes are going to be very key. Can senior high get an Avion Gross in the open field, get him to roll for 75 yards for a score like he did a week ago? Big plays might be huge. Also, who scores first might be big here tonight. All right, Trent Arby has it teed up for Southview. He attempts to go to the football and then, hang on. Yeah, did the old hokey dokey. Here we go, ready to go, and he boots it a little squib. Hits one of the up man, and Southview's going to grab the football right down the middle of the field as the ball hit one of the senior high up men. And right on top of it was Sylvania Southview. They had a man darting down the field. It was sophomore Danny Nussbaum. He grabbed the football. They'll blow it dead. All right, let's go, D! Right where he touches it. Let's at go, the 43-yard line of Mansfield Senior, and what a break for the Cougars. Yeah, and I don't even think he was. I think it was just supposed to be a squib. So, you know, that's got a fortuitous bounce there off the young man's back. Now, you still get the strength of your team coming out. Sudden change. You preach this in practice with your players. Sudden change. How do you react? Sudden change. I anticipate the defense playing fast and being aggressive. Quarterback Cam Young in the pistol with a back to his right and a back behind him. 3 wide receivers. Handoff on first down. Will go up the middle, breaking through the line across the 40 and then stumbling inside the 40. Down near the 38 was the running back Logan Morse, the junior. And Erik gets a nice little chunk of yards there on first down. Give him 5 yards down to the senior high 38-yard line. Yeah, that was a nice job there. That's just power. You had the backside guard wrapper on the center straight up through. ISO back led through. So nice point of attack there. Great job by the Will backer coming over to trip him up. 30 seconds gone. 2nd and 5. Handoff left side to Morse. Morse going to be drilled and dropped. Coming up to make a huge stick on that play was Avion Gross from the secondary. Will cut him down just shy or right on the 35-yard line. Nice tackle. Yeah, that's Mr. Pitt Panther right there. That dude's a stud. There's no doubt. And he's playing this really the same position his brother played last year. And when you got a guy that can come from 8 yards with his heels at 8 yards and make a play around the line of scrimmage, how good is he? That's your force player. That's your guy that's setting the edge there. So what a play by Mr. Gross early in this game. 2-yard gain, 3rd and 3 for Southview with the senior high 36-yard line. Handoff to the running back coming to the near side. He'll be grabbed and tackled just inside the 35, down near the 34. And that time on the carry was the guy we talked about a lot at the top of the broadcast, Nick Harshman. It's close to a first down. I believe they're going to have to measure. The ball spotted inside the 35. They're going to put it on the 33-yard line, and we will have a measurement. It's going to be close. Yeah, see what happens here. He needed 3. He's either going to get it by the nose of the football, and I'll tell you what, it is really close. We're around the 40, 45-yard line from here. It looks like it's really going to be close. And he does not have it. Inches shy. It's 4th down and inches for Southview. The nose of the ball resting on the senior high 33-yard line. 10:42 to play, opening quarter. We are scoreless here at Arlin Field in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week on iHeart Radio, My 100.1. And again, teaming up tonight with the OH Report. Great to have high school football tonight. Erik, week number 7. Could we have a more gorgeous night?
Beautiful out here. I mean, this really is, I believe, a perfect night. What a great game here. Great night for football. And I'll tell you what, Aaron, you got a lot of big bodies for Southview here up against that real stingy, quick senior high defensive front.
4th and inches from the senior high 33-yard line. The quarterback calls for the ball. He's going to fake it. He's going to roll left, and he's going to find some room and pick up a first down. He'll be grabbed and taken to the turf around the 31-yard line. He'll have a home and kitchen supply first down. Good tackle by Avion Gross. He really came out of nowhere. Otherwise, that would be a bigger play. First down at the 31 of senior high, but a good read there by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's a good job. Old boot play there. They were looking for the back out of the backfield. I think it was Logan Moores that kind of released out, and that's a smart move by the quarterback there. Don't throw the ball. Just go get it and extend the drive. Keep moving the chains.
10:30 to play. Opening quarter scoreless at Arlin Field. First quarter again, 1st and 10 Southview with the senior high 31-yard line. Handoff to the running back, and he will be greeted rudely. Ricky Mills and others in on the stop. Seth Miller as well. That was Harshman on the carry, and senior high that time read that baby beautifully.
You're going to hear Ricky Mills' name all night.
We love that guy.
All night. Yeah, I mean, he's almost unblockable. We've seen him 2 games. He shoots gaps well. He really plays off the O-line's hip. And if you're not quick as an O-lineman, he's going to exploit you all night.
No gain. 2nd and 10. Southview with the senior high 31-yard line. Handoff, the quarterback's going to fake it, going to roll to the near side, tries to unload it, got a man near the sideline, he makes the catch at the 20, and got drilled by Avion Gross at the 20. The catch was caught by senior Josh Meek, sideline, he makes the catch at the 20, hello, got drilled by Avion Gross at the
right there and woke him up. Do you see that thing?
Man.
He turned and literally ran right into him, man. That was a monster hit. That was a nice touch by the QB there, Cam Young, of getting the ball. I thought he was going to the under player. I didn't even actually see Josh Meeks there. And so that was a nice ball by the QB.
First down for Southview. At the ball, the senior high 20-yard line. Handoff to Harshman. Not a lot of room to operate. Senior high got 3 guys in there. Seth Miller, and as they unpile, Leo Hess in on the stop as well, as senior high will hold him to just over a yard gain inside the 20, actually closer maybe to the 18, so between the 18 and the 19. So a couple of yards there, Erik, on the carry, but good job by senior high. When you get 3 hats to the football, that's a good thing.
Right, and this is one of the plays here. We got a 2nd down and long. Senior high's trying to get them away from being on schedule with the chains here. So this is a huge 2nd down play for the Tiger defense.
We'll call it 2nd and 9 from the 18. Handoff to Moores, and he'll go nowhere off the left side. Senior high comes crashing in. And the first guy to get through was Leo Hess. I saw Maj Robertson in there helping clean things up, and he'll go nowhere off the left side. Senior high comes crashing around the 19, no gain. Really, maybe even a short loss.
Yeah, and when you look at this Tiger roster, you're getting some upperclassmen. There's no doubt about it. You're getting some seniors in there, but there's a lot of freshmen. There's a few freshmen, a couple of sophomores and juniors. Like, this team is going to be very good in the future.
8:15 to play, scoreless opening quarter, 3rd and 10 Southview with the senior high 19-yard line. The quarterback's going to roll to the right. Flag is out. Makes a pass to the right. It's caught by the receiver. It's Harshman. And hang on, they're going to put him down at around the 13-yard line. But there's a penalty, Erik, on the far side of the field.
I think that was number 8.
That catch, actually, was C.J. Fenter on the carry.
Yeah, but I think it was an illegal formation, actually. I think they only had 6 on the line. You got to have 7. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So once again, we're going back to, I believe this is going to be, 2nd and long now.
3rd.
It's 3rd and long, excuse me. Yeah, 3rd and long here.
3rd and close to 15.
If you're the Tigers, this is huge, because if you're Southview here, just try to cut it in half. Just try to get it to 4th and manageable. If you're the Tigers, watch for your screen. Watch for your draw. Watch for something quick.
7:45 to play, scoreless opening quarter. Southview 3rd and 15 from the senior high 24-yard line. 3 wide receivers. The quarterback's going to run it right up the middle. Got some daylight. He'll be taken down around the 15-yard line. Cam Young, Miles Bradley got him on the stop. He got a nice amount of yardage down to the 15-yard line. Give him 9, but it will bring up 4th down in Southview. I know their kicker, Logan Howe, has made a 40-plus yarder this season.
Yeah, and that's why this, that play was so important, not only because to get it 4th and manageable, but because we knew this guy could get within range. And Cam Young is a willing runner, has well over 100 yards rushing this year.
Here we go. This, Erik, will be a 31-yard field goal. Snap is back. Kick is on the way, and that kick is good. We'll step aside in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. 7:02 to play, opening quarter. It's Southview 3, Mansfield Sr. nothing. You're listening to High School Playoff Football on My 100.1.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
I'm Judge Steve McKinley, and I ask you to vote for me to continue as the Richland County Juvenile Court Judge. I'll continue to give great care to helping rehabilitate troubled children, and I'll treat every person that comes before the court with dignity and respect.
Paid for by the Committee for Judge McKinley, Carl Milliron, Treasurer.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Near the 41-yard line, just back from the commercial break. And again, 3-0 Southview on a 31-yard field goal a moment ago. 6:58 to play, Erik, here in the opening quarter. And our first chance to see Mansfield Sr. on offense. If you're just joining us, quarterback Brock Hill is not available this evening. We were told it will be freshman Duke Reese, who's a lefty, and we know he can sling it all over the yard.
Throw it all over the yard. Real quick, Aaron, when people are like, man, why do teams squib the ball like that? I'll tell you why. I'll give you one name, Avion Gross. You don't kick the ball to that cat because he'll strike up the band real fast.
41-yard line for senior high. The quarterback is in the gun. Low snap. He'll field it. Throw it to the right. Got a receiver. Now they're going to throw it down the field. Got a man out there. It's Miles Bradley. He's got it inside the 25 and kiss him goodbye. 59 yards. Touchdown, Mansfield Sr. on a little trickery on their first play from scrimmage.
Man, I'll tell you what, dial it up right out of the gate. Kind of a low snap. The Frosh did a good job of gathering himself. You could see from up here the double pass coming. How sweet it is.
Amar Davis, the freshman wide receiver, threw the touchdown for 59 yards, and the Tigers say we'll match your field goal with a touchdown.
Yeah,
and they do it on the first play.
Right.
With a freshman quarterback who
gotta love it.
Who probably didn't have a whole lot of time to know, hey kid, you're starting tonight.
And here's the great news with that. I mean, the receiver did such a great job of selling that. Was it Bradley that caught that?
It was Miles Bradley.
Miles did a good job. If you watch the replay on that, he literally slows down and chops his feet, sells the run the screen pass, and then just takes off. Great play design by the Tigers, man.
Sean Putt is on for the point after. Snap is back, kick on the way, and that kick is good. We'll step aside, 6:49 to play, opening quarter in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. It's Mansfield Sr. 7 and Southview 3. You're listening to High School Playoff Football on My 100.1.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
I'm Judge Steve McKinley, and I ask you to vote for me to continue as the Richland County Juvenile Court Judge. I'll continue to give great care to helping rehabilitate troubled children, and I'll treat every person that comes before the court with dignity and respect.
Paid for by the Committee for Judge McKinley. Carl Milliron, Treasurer.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Who's got your case? Be smart.
R. Davis to Miles Bradley, 59 yards later. Tigers lead 7-3. Kickoff going to be fielded by Southview across the 15. Return man will get across the 20 and be taken to the turf right there on the return. Paul McGowan, the junior, for Southview. And now, Eric, if you're Mansfield Sr, maybe a little momentum going after that touchdown. Get your defense out there, maybe get a quick stop, get good field position, try to get another score.
Hey, listen, when you're spotted, I believe it was your own 43-yard line after a weird bounce on a kickoff, an opening kickoff. Your defense settled in and played well. Now you're just playing defense. You settle your young freshman quarterback down with that lead. It'll be. I think that there's going to be momentum wearing orange. There's no doubt about that.
6:46 to play here in the opening quarter. 7-3 Mansfield Senior. Handoff will go to the running back. He'll get across the line of scrimmage out near the 25. On the carry that time was Harshman, and he'll give him the 25, so give him 3. Second down and 7 coming up. 6:30 to play. Opening quarter. 7-3 Mansfield Senior on top of Southview. And I mentioned this on the top of the broadcast. This is the first time in Mansfield Senior football history they've reached the postseason in back-to-back years. Boy, last year was some kind of ride, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the ones that you dream of.
Never forget those memories. Hand off to Southview. Room to run. Good block across the line of scrimmage. First down across the 30 and across the 35. They're going to put him down around the 36-yard line, give him 11 yards on Home and Kitchen Supply, first down. And that time, Eric, you watch the running back, and when you look at the stats, that was Logan Moores, the junior. He didn't have a whole lot of stats running the football, but, boy, he carries the ball pretty well.
Well, and it makes you wonder if they're making a conscientious effort to get one of their bigger backs the ball, especially in the interior. Talk about 5'10", touch over 200 pounds there, and then using the speed of Harshman to counter that or to get to the outside. So far it's worked.
5:42 to play. Opening quarter, 7-3 Mansfield Senior. First and 10. Handoff will go to the back, and he'll be greeted just across the line of scrimmage. That was, again, on the carry, Logan Rose, and he'll be taken down. Avion Gross and others in on the stop. They'll spot that football around the 38-yard line. So give him 1, maybe 2. Looks closer to 2, so 2nd and 8 coming up. 5:20 to play here in the opening quarter, and Southview interested. We've seen a couple pass attempts. We've seen them complete some, but haven't seen a whole lot deep down the field, but they've been able to move it on the ground.
Right, and everything's predicated off establishing the run because then that gets your play actions and your counters going. So I expect here some type of a play action or a boot package.
2nd and 9 for Southview. The ball at their own 37-yard line. Handoff to the running back. He tries to squirt through the hole. One of the senior high defenders got his ankles as he squirted through the middle. He'll get across the 40 out near the 42. Tell you what, if they don't get his ankles, he got a little steamroll in there.
Yeah, and it was kind of like the first run of the game where the backside A-gap opened up and the Will tripped him up, or else that would have been a big gainer. So, now you got a 3rd and manageable if you're Sylvania Southview here. And so, what do you do here coming out? Is this where we now start getting into your boot series, you're getting into your counters? You got to do something to get those backers moving.
3rd down and 4 for Southview. The ball is at their own 42-yard line, and one of the linemen, Eric, just moved off the right side.
Yeah, got a little jump there. So, it's really interesting when you look at Sylvania Southview because of the history that they have. I mean, that's a quality program, and they play in a dynamite league up there. And so that they're not, they're used to playing teams that are really good, really athletic. So there's nothing that's going to be taking place here that's I think is going to cause them to panic, and I think they're feeling pretty good right now about the fact that, they've been able to, move the ball. They've had, how many first downs do we have right now, Aaron? I think they've had 4 or 5 first downs.
Right, exactly. 4 first downs. Southview, they're going to hand it up on 39. No, the quarterback's going to bump into the receiver. He'll fire a fastball. It's going to be incomplete, going for a receiver near midfield. There were a couple Mansfield Senior defenders in the neighborhood. It'll fall incomplete. Quarterback that time, the rhythm really got affected, Eric, because he bumped into his running back, but that one could have been a little dangerous right there.
Well, and that I'm sure the play call changed. So you went from a 3rd and 4 to a 3rd and 9, which is now a 4th and 9. I actually thought the ball was thrown well and on time. He's rolling out away from his strong suit, his strong arm. I thought the receiver actually kind of dropped the ball there for his quarterback. So you got to help your quarterback out in a 3rd and long.
4th and 9. Trenton Arby's going to boot it away right side. It'll sail out of bounds. He kicked it away from Avion Gross and Miles Bradley. Both guys were back around the 30-yard line. Their official's going to keep walking. It went out of bounds somewhere in the ballpark of the 45-yard line. He'll say, you know what, 45 sounds good. He'll stop right there. And Senior High, leading 7-3 with 3:40 to play here in the opening quarter, has excellent field position.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm telling you, everybody puts on film and is like, I am not kicking the ball to Avion Gross. I'm telling you, that dude is just so electric. So you end up, you got to keep your eyes peeled here, man. You become a part of the game. Somebody's getting hit with some ball shrapnel there.
1st and 10, Mansfield Sr. The ball at their own 45-yard line. The quarterback, Reese, is going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll. Got some daylight into Southview territory, and he'll slide down inside the 40, down around the 38-yard line. As the freshman quarterback with some nifty moves and a home and kitchen supply first down.
Hey, buddy, he's settling in, isn't he? I'll tell you what, he does a nice job. We got the touchdown earlier that he assisted on. And then you come back, and I got to see if that's a read or not. I don't know if he was reading the end or if that's a called pull, but, man, nice job with the feet.
Here we go, Senior High, and hang on. Southview looked like they jumped off sides. One of the Senior High linemen on the right side moved, but I think somebody for Southview jumped into the neutral zone.
Yeah, he jumped. Their left defensive end there jumped into the neutral zone. So the TY Tigers now are starting with a 1st and 5. I mean, if you're Mansfield, you got to feel great about the start of this game.
3:15 to play, opening quarter, 7-3 Tigers. They have it 1st and 5 at the Southview 33-yard line. Reach back to pass, fires one left side and rushed it a little, overthrew Miles Bradley, who was cutting in from the 20-yard line. It'll fall incomplete and bring up 2nd down and 5. While we have a moment, we'll remind you, coming up in the postgame, we'll select our Spitzer Motors game changer, whose hustle, whose effort changes tonight's game for Mansfield Senior. Brought to you by the good people at Spitzer Motors, West 4th Street in Ontario, where you can lease a brand new Kia for $99 a month. DriveSpitzer.com. Stop by and see them, West 4th Street in Ontario. All right, Senior High again, 2nd and 5, ball at the Southview 33-yard line. 3:07 to play, first quarter, 7-3 Tigers on top. Reese calls for the ball. He'll hand it off to the running back. He'll get a little bit of daylight and then be shoved back by the left side of the defense there for Southview. That time, carrying the football was Takarian Mitchell. We saw him score a couple of touchdowns this season, and he'll get inside the 35. Actually, they'll put him at the 34, so officially they're going to say he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, and so on 1st and medium, you got an overthrow, and then you come back with a counter. And the Southview defense did a really nice job, so it creates now a 3rd and 6.
At the Southview 34-yard line, Reese calls for the ball. 3 wide receivers, fires it right side, got Avion Gross inside the 30, inside the 25, got a home and kitchen supply first down. He'll be thrown to the turf around the 20-yard line. Good strike, Reese to Gross, and then home and kitchen supply first down. Brought to you by Home and Kitchen Supply in downtown Mansfield, remodeling windows, doors, and more. Think Home and Kitchen Supply first.
The nice thing is he's got athletes to throw the ball to. Miles Bradley, Avion Gross, Tyshandre Hall. I mean, these are guys that are going to make him comfortable.
That's a 15-yard throw and catch, and hang on. Somebody for Senior High moved as they approach the line of scrimmage at the 19. So a couple good positive plays, a negative one there, but I'll tell you what, good positive plays for the freshman. That's so key early on, Eric, to settle him in.
Absolutely, and that throw, going back to that 3rd down play, his shoulders were pointed at his target, his feet were settled, it looked great. I mean, if you're a Tiger fan, you've got a lot of faith in this young man as he continues through the program here through years. 1st
and 15 at the Southview 24. Reese will roll to the left, he'll throw it, got a man out there coming across the middle of the field. He'll make the catch at the 15 and go down around the 10-yard line. Making the catch that time is the guy who threw the touchdown on the first play of the game for Senior High. It's freshman Amar Davis, and he is real close to a first down. They're going to give it to him.
Hey, think about
They
this,
are.
man.
That's a Holman Kitchen supply. First down, first and goal at the 9.
Moving to his left, his strong suit. They're even going tempo with him. He feels that comfortable. I love it. I mean, this is just fantastic to watch.
Southview just jumped into the neutral zone. One of the linebackers came up to kind of fake like he was going to blitz. He jumps off sides, and Mansfield Sr. first and goal at the 9. Well, they're going to move that a little bit closer.
Yeah, they're going to get it right around the 5. And that's the thing about momentum when you start going tempo on offense. So they line up and they go quick, and you're not trusting your eyes. You're listening to sounds, and that's why you have guys jumping into the neutral zone.
1:20 to play, opening quarter. Mansfield Sr. 7, Sylvania Southview 3. Tigers first and goal from the Southview 5-yard line. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Back splitting the quarterback, Reese. He will fake it. Here comes the blitz. He'll throw it. Man out there, but it's intercepted. Intercepted around the 2-yard line. And Southview takes over after the interception. That time it's the guy we've called a lot at the running back. Defensive back Logan Moore steps in front of the receiver and intercepts the ball near the goal line. Southview will have it around the 12-yard line.
Yeah, so you're running a boot action there, and Logan from his linebacker spot, he's your flat defender. Your corner's going to play deep. He's your flat defender. Quarterback gets pressure, and that's kind of a tough ask, man. You got your freshman quarterback running from left to right. He's a left-handed quarterback. That's just a tough throw and tough position to put him in there. And here's the thing. You know, an upperclassman's probably going to throw the ball away, may even eat the sack, what have you. So, he's just trying to make a play there. Great job by Southview to get out of a very bad situation defensively.
59 seconds to play, opening quarter, 7-3 Mansfield Sr. Southview. They'll put him at the 14-yard line. Hand off to the running back, working right side. He'll get across the 15, out near the 18, maybe the 19-yard line. Gang tackled. Multiple guys in on the stop. First guy through was Seth Miller. That time on the carry. First time we've called Keith Reese, the senior running back for Southview.
Yeah, Keith Reese gets his first touch there. Just sudden change there. How do you handle, especially you hate turning the ball over inside the red zone because you just don't get a lot of those opportunities back. So we'll see if they can, points off turnovers are huge. We'll see if Southview can make them pay.
5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 from their own 19, under 20 seconds to play. Ball fumbled. I believe the quarterback fell on it. And I believe he did as we unpile. Yes, he did. The quarterback, Cam Young, falls on it back around the 17-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard loss. Right now the clock with 11 seconds, and that may be the final play of the opening quarter. As Southview not in a hurry, so we will tell you after 1 quarter of play in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week, it's Mansfield Sr. 7 and Southview 3. We'll take a break. You're listening to High School Playoff Football on My 100.1.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
I'm Judge Steve McKinley, and I ask you to vote for me to continue as the Richland County Juvenile Court Judge. I'll continue to give great care to helping rehabilitate troubled children, and I'll treat every person that comes before the court with dignity and respect.
Paid for by the Committee for Judge McKinley. Carl Milliron, Treasurer.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Senior 7 and Sylvania Southview 3, as we're glad to have you tonight. The Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. Pediatric Consultants of Ashland and Mansfield, featuring comprehensive care with in-person or telehealth visits. Learn more at ohiopediatricians.com. And Eric, for senior high, boy, that play early was big. Now they need a big stop here on 3rd and 7 to start the second quarter.
Yeah, you got to get off the field on 3rd and medium and 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 7 for Southview. Snap to the right. The quarterback's just going to have to fall on it around the 11-yard line. The snap went to his left. He got one hand on it, wasn't able to bring it in, and just had to fall on the football. Seth Miller, Amajian Robertson were charging in. And Southview with a disastrous play on 3rd and long. It'll be 4th down and about 12 yards, and they will have to punt the football from the shadow of the goal line.
Yeah, and I mean, you're seeing why your team averages 8.7 points a game. I mean, in all reality, I've seen a couple of fumbled snaps. A couple of times the balls actually hit the ground. The quarterbacks had to get jump back on it. Just you can't have prosperity in that situation.
The punter will boot it away. It'll hit at the 40-yard line. So Senior High, as it hops to the 45, it doesn't even reach midfield. So Senior High will have excellent field position. They will start in Southview territory at the 45-yard line with 11:16 to play until halftime. Mansfield Sr. leading Sylvania Southview by a score of 7-3. Coming up after the game. Actually, do we have a penalty?
I think it's a sideline warning
okay.
on Southview.
All right, thank you. Coming up in the postgame, we'll select who made a heck of a play. That is courtesy of Mansfield's injury lawyer, Jeff Heck, and the Heck Law offices at 1 Marion Avenue in Mansfield. Winner gets some free pizza courtesy of Giannino's, and I can tell you what, I saw one heck of a play, 59 yards to start this game for Senior High.
Yeah, the old double pass, man. Reached back into the old Baltimore Colt days there.
Bag of tricks to start the football game.
That's right.
All right, so Senior High, 11:16 to play until halftime. They lead Southview 7-3. Tigers have it 1st and 10. The ball at the 45-yard line of Southview. Handoff. The back's going to break free up the middle. Caught around the 30-yard line, and that time carrying the football like a bolt of lightning was to carry on Mitchell, who flew through the line. They'll spot him right around the 29-yard line. He gets 15, 16 yards, and a home and kitchen supply first down. If Logan Moores doesn't get him by the ankle, that's 6.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Great job, man. That is music to the ears of people around here seeing the Tigers with that running game, man.
4 wide receivers on 1st and 10 from the Southview 29-yard line. Hand off to Mitchell. Again, broke the first tackle, will not get the second one. He'll go down around the 31-yard line. Good job right there by the line of Southview off the right side. That continued pursuit to take him down for a loss.
Yeah, good job by Akeel Jones Jr. there for Southview to shoot through and get the initial contact until help got there. So, that's what they needed to do is get that 2nd down and long defensively.
4 wide receivers on 2nd and 12 for Mansfield Sr. Ball to Southview 31-yard line. Reese is going to have to fire quickly. A blitz was coming off the right side. Cam Young and others were flying in, and it'll throw it incomplete off the left side. Also in hot pursuit was linebacker Danny Nussbaum, as 2 guys were right in the face of Reese.
Well, and that's the whole idea of a blitz, especially on a young quarterback. Number one, where's the blitz coming from? What's the coverage? Where's the blitz coming from? When you're talking about 5-man blitzes, there are areas of the field that are open. It's difficult for a veteran quarterback to find those openings and put the ball on the money, let alone a freshman in his first start in a playoff game.
10:20 to play. Senior High with a handoff this time up the middle. The back will break free inside the 15, inside the 25, down near the 21-yard line. A good carry right there by Mansfield Senior. Ricky Mills that time on the carry, and they'll spot the football around the 23-yard line. So 4th down and manageable, Eric, coming up 4th and about 3. Looks like they'll go for it. Reese to the line.
Yep.
And hang on, somebody moved.
The TY Tiger left tackle jumped there.
You see Southview pointing, and they hustle to the line after the nice run by Ricky Mills. 4th and 3, you think about going for it. Now they bump it back to 4th and 8. You still go for it here, though?
Yeah, I mean, you're inside your own 30 here. I mean, even if you don't get this, assuming there's no sack, I mean, you're not – it's not like you're giving up any type of field position here. This is the right move. Go ahead and go for it. Now, what it does do is it changes your play call from 4th and 3 to 4th and 7.
Yeah, 4th and close to 8, actually, from the Southview 28-yard line. 9:35 to play until halftime. Here comes the pressure. Reach will roll, and then he's going to be grabbed by Harshman and thrown down back around the 40-yard line as Southview brought the house and sacked the quarterback. They'll say forward progress was stopped around the 37-yard line. Well, that's about a 9-yard loss and a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and what you do is you bring your freshman QB over and you talk to him and you say, listen, Duke, man, get a read, take the ball, throw it. Because you're not going to have time back there with 5- and 6-man rushes coming, to be able to stand back there and decipher. Make things very simple. Give them one read, throw the ball or do this with it. Make it, take as much off his mind and out of his, and off his plate as possible. So now the momentum's shifted back, and they've even got decent field position. So looks like we have a timeout here by Southview.
Now, we'll keep it right here. This may not be a full 1 minute timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 9:30 to play until halftime. Mansfield Sr. 7 and Southview 3. This is the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week on My 100.1. And I do want to mention each week throughout the high school football season and really throughout the fall and winter sports months, we will select the iHeart Radio Athlete of the Week. That is presented by the Neo-Katy Insurance Agency of Ashland and Norwalk. Specializing in auto, home, life, and business insurance. You can get a free quote at neokadeyinsurance.com. That's Neo, K-A-D-E-Y, insurance.com. This week's Athlete of the Week is Crestview Senior wide receiver Evan Hamilton, who recently broke the school record with 4 touchdown catches in one game. He is our Athlete of the Week, iHeartRadio Athlete of the Week, presented by the Neo-Katy Insurance Agency.
See what they come out of the timeout with. When you have a change of possession like that, you'd like to think you wouldn't burn a timeout, so better be a good one, Aaron.
1st and 10 for Southview. The ball at their own 37-yard line. 9:30 to play until halftime. The quarterback, little confusion's going to keep it. Nowhere to go. He'll bolt forward toward the line of scrimmage. Ricky Mills off the bottom of the pile, along with Leo Hess. They both converge on the stop. Maybe a short game, close to 1 yard to the 38-yard line. But Eric looked a little confusing right there.
Well, they were a little discombobulated. Maybe they had, the original timeout might have even been, did you have the right package in? Did you have the right personnel? When you hear names like Ricky Mills and Amir Davis and Duke Reese and Jaden Gross, these are freshmen for Mansfield Sr. here. So, just the amount of youth contributing today is incredible.
8:51 to play until halftime. 2nd and 9 for Southview on their own 38-yard line. Pass right side. Got a receiver near midfield. He'll catch it and go out of bounds. Good pass right there.
Yeah.
Tell you what, really nice throw to the sideline. 2nd catch tonight for C.J. Fenter, the senior, and good strike by the quarterback. That's a home and kitchen supply first down.
Yeah, he got plenty of depth on his sprint out there, and when he threw, Aaron, a little coaching point, he literally throws and then chases his throws. He follows his throw to the receiver. That thing was basically a 14 back to 12, and it was delivered perfectly. That was great offense right there.
Ball at their own 48-yard line for Southview. 1st and 10, 8:43 to play, and a fumble on the exchange, and the quarterback's going to have to fall on it back around the 41-yard line. We've seen several exchanges that have not gone smoothly, and for Southview, they lose 7 yards back to the 41-yard line, but the quarterback just had to fall on it because Senior High was in pursuit.
Well, in your center, when he does miss, it's low and to the left. That's been kind of the, the trend there on the low snaps. You got to be able to live in prosperity. You can't have a couple of nice plays and then come back and end up in a 2nd and 17. That's just, especially against this defense as aggressive as it is.
Southview averaging just over 8.5 points per ball game. 8 minutes to play until halftime. 7-3 Mansfield Sr. 2nd and 17. Quarterback back to pass. Blitz is on. He'll get it to his running back, Harshman, out of the backfield. He will go right around the 40-yard line and be taken down as Seth Miller came flying in to take him down at the 40-yard line. And good angle there by Seth Miller.
Seth Miller did a great job. His read was probably that running back. Like I said, the Tigers play a lot of man free. They play a lot of zero coverage. And so Seth trusted his eyes there. He's got his eyes all over that running back. And the design of the play was done well. Quarterback hits the tailback. The defense was just a touch better. Great job there by Seth Miller.
Lose a yard on that play. 3rd and 18 for Southview at their own 40-yard line. 3 wide receivers. Here comes the pressure. He'll roll to the right. Quarterback's going to throw it down the sideline. Got a man out there, but he's not able to bring it in inside the 35-yard line. He dives out of bounds, but could not bring it in. That was Fenter again, one of his favorite targets. That ball a little bit too toward the sideline. Incomplete. Will bring up 4th and 18 for Southview at their own 40-yard line.
The Tigers were in a great situation there. You're looking at a 3rd, at that time it was a 3rd and 18. They were able to get the coverage they wanted, had a little bit more help over top. Southview did a sprint out smash route, and the Tigers defense there was flawless.
4th and 18. So Southview will boot it away, and they're going to kick it to Avion Gross. They're going to boot it over his head. It'll roll inside the 10 and then hop into the end zone. Southview was chasing it down the field. and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. And so Senior High will have it out at the 20-yard line with 7:46 to play until halftime. 7-3. Mansfield Senior on top. Again, the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. It is week number 7. Feels odd to say week 7 and high school playoff football, but I mentioned to you a year ago the run Mansfield Senior made in the postseason to Canton, the Lucas Cubs as well, something Richland County will never forget.
Yeah, it was special. It was great for you and I to be a part of it. The excitement from both communities. It's just really, really cool. We got a couple of nice teams in the area hoping to have some runs this year with, Shelby being one of those teams and, maybe a surprise run by a team like Ontario who's played really well down the stretch.
Maybe the Lucas Cubs again. Mitchell's going to get the handoff off the left side, breaks free into the clear, cuts it back toward the middle, makes a man miss in midfield, inside Southview territory. He's going to go down the right side. Can he go inside the 20? He'll be dragged down at the 15-yard line. My, oh my. What an impressive run by senior running back to carry on Mitchell, who kept breaking tackles and nearly broke that baby to the house.
I'll tell you what, with all that bobbing and weaving out there, man, I think he just ran out of the juice. Great speed, way to keep the defense, basically like off balance as they were reacting around. I even saw one guy fall down, reach up, tried to grab him. I mean, just that completely changes the field and gives Mansfield so much momentum here. And now here's where you want to strike right here.
By the way, a 66-yard bolt for Mitchell. 1st and 10, brought to you by Home and Kitchen Supply. Tigers 1st and 10 at the Southview 14-yard line. 7:07 to play until halftime. Handoff to the running back this time. He'll get a few yards down near the 10. That was Ricky Mills on the carry. On the stop by Southview was Danny Nussbaum. He'll take him down at the 10, but a 4-yard gain by Ricky Mills. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Senior High ball at the Southview 10-yard line. Under 7 to play until halftime. 7-3 Mansfield Senior. How big would this score here be?
Oh, it would be huge. It would be absolutely huge. I mean, essentially, you're saying that you're going to almost double their season average. You got to feel good about that.
2nd down, 6 yards to go. Tigers ball at the Southview 10-yard line. Pass over the middle. Nearly had his receiver. Threw it just a little bit early. Miles Bradley got just one hand on it. Couldn't reel it in. That's a half a step longer, Eric, on the hold. That's 6.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, once again, settle your feet. That's the easier throw. The out throws are more difficult. The skinny post, the RPO, the slant, just put it on them. Just put it on the numbers.
Here we go. Mansfield Senior, 3rd down and 6. Ball at the Southview 10-yard line. Tigers leading 7-3. Under 6.5 to play until halftime. And a timeout taken by Southview. We'll keep it right here. This may not be a full 1-minute timeout. We don't want you to miss a huge 3rd down play for Mansfield Senior here. We mentioned high school playoff football tonight. The Plymouth Big Red in action tonight. They're at home. I know Lexington is on the road tonight at Rocky River. Madison is at West Holmes.
Yep.
And I believe Lisbon David Anderson is the team that is in town to battle with Plymouth.
Yeah, Plymouth should feel pretty good about tonight. I think they'll do well. West Holmes obviously in pretty good position. Rocky River's normally traditionally a tough team. That'll be a tough matchup for Lex tonight. Obviously, the Cubs have a bye. They're going to play the winner of that Mapleton, a team we got to see last year, Lucas play at Cuyahoga Heights. What a game that was.
Wasn't that a game? Yeah.
And then, on Saturday, there's a whole plethora of games as well in the area. And to me, highlighted by Lutheran West and Galleon, and then that Vermilion Ontario game is going to be fun as well.
Anybody hotter than the Ontario Warriors right now?
Tell you what, man, they're hot. Their quarterback is throwing the ball all over the place. The Snyder kid, I believe's leading the MOAC in yards, completions, percentage, all of those things.
I can give you a hint. Next week's iHeart Radio Athlete of the Week, quarterback Ethan Snyder. He's getting an award. He's had a great, great year for Ontario. All right, here we go. Senior High to the line and hang on 3rd down and 6. One of the defensive backs or the lineman was creeping up to the line of scrimmage for Southview and I believe jumped into the neutral zone.
Yeah, I don't get that. Keith Reese jumps off sides. I mean, my thing is, I know it's 3rd and long, but chill out, man. Like, what's your hurry? Just relax. Get your eyes inside. Look at the ball.
3rd and 1 from the 6-yard line. Hand off to Mitchell. He's going to, I believe, have the first down, or he's real close. He'll get at least a yard down to the 5. He may not have it.
I don't know, Aaron. I don't think they gave him anything.
Okay.
He literally didn't move from the 5.
Okay, all right. I thought maybe he got a step inside the 5, so no. They'll give him barely any yardage. It'll bring up 4th down and a yard for Mansfield Sr. The ball is on the 5-yard line. They got to get to the 4. We have 5:58 to play until halftime. 7-3 Senior High on top. 4th and 1 from the Southview 5-yard line. The quarterback under center. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll. Got a man out there and could not get it to him. He threw it a little bit short and to the left. He had Ty Hall all by himself, but hang on.
Yeah, I think they're going to call Logan Moore for roughing the passer.
Oh, we have a penalty.
Oh, Aaron,
wow.
I'm telling you.
He had Ty out there wide open.
Yeah, and that's the pressure.
You just want to loft that? You just want to loft that?
Yeah, just put out, especially because there's nobody out there. But, man, if you're Logan Moore, I think that's a tough one to swallow there if you're Sylvania Southview. I got to see it again. To me, it just looked like he pushed him. There definitely wasn't a body on a body. I don't know if I agree with that call at this juncture of the game.
Eric, I do know if an official sees you extend the arms, that might be a different story.
Yeah, no doubt.
I didn't see it. I was watching the ball.
Right.
All right, so Senior High now 1st and goal. A golden opportunity. The ball at the Southview 2-yard line. 5:48 to play until halftime. 7-3 Mansfield Sr. trying to increase that 4-point lead. Reese in the gun, backs beside him. He'll hand it off to Mitchell. He'll go forward for a yard or two and be taken down on a great defensive play by Akeel Jones Jr., the sophomore. Made a great tackle.
Yeah, he shot the gap there. He's playing that defensive end spot, and he's won a lot of one-on-one matchups on that edge.
No gain. 2nd and goal, Senior High. From the Southview 2-yard line. This time the ball's loose at the goal line. Senior High tries to pick it up. The ball is loose. Who's got it? There's a pile of people. Who's got it? Ball is in the end zone. I didn't even see the ball get snapped. It just shot out like a pinball.
Yeah, and I think Southview got on. I think this is going to end up being Southview's ball. There's going to be a touchback, and they're going to get the ball in the 20.
Yes, Southview has the football. Coming up with it is Colin Patterson, the safety. That ball was kicked around multiple times, and he falls on it. Wow, what a break for Southview.
Or is it down here on the half-yard line? This is crazy.
You know,
did it not get in the end zone? I thought the thing was laying in the end zone.
They're going to spot him, it looks like, at the 1 or inside the 1.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, from our angle, it's tough from our angle to see exactly where it was. I did see the ball laying there, and it looks like a Tiger almost picked it up, and then the Southview defender jumped, and the thing pinballed again. So, yeah, you know what? In this situation, I know this may sound crazy, but I'll tell you what, Aaron, this is where you take a shot if you're Southview on 1st down, and you're on your own yard line, 1-yard line, play action, and see if you can't get something over the top.
Could you imagine if your Mansfield Senior get in for a sack in the end zone for a safety? Boy, would you love your defense to pick up your offense here. Southview 5:20 to play until halftime. They trail 7-3 on the shadow of the goal line. They'll hand it off to the running back. He'll plow ahead for a couple off the right side, and that again is a name we've called several times here this evening. Logan Morse, the junior. He'll plow his way 3 yards ahead out near the 4.
Yeah, got themselves a little bit of wiggle room here. If you're Sylvania Southview here, we've seen them have issues with snaps. So they're probably trying to stay away from that. A bobbled snap now is going to be 2 points. So, they're probably just trying to be very protective, trying to give, if nothing else, just move the chains. Worry about moving the chains.
2nd down and 7. Handoff again will go to the running back. He'll plow ahead across the 5 out near the 6-yard line. Again, that was Moore's on the carry. Give him 2. It'll be 3rd and about 5 coming up for Southview. 4.5 to play until halftime. Mansfield Sr. 7 and Sylvania Southview 3. If you're the Tiger defense, if you could just force them to punt, you would have excellent field position and a chance again to score before halftime.
Right. If you're Mansfield, you felt like you've controlled this game so much and you're only up 4 points.
3rd and 5. They'll hand it off to the running back. A little room to run. He'll be tackled real close to the 1st down, as the guy that got him by the ankles was Ricky Mills. Otherwise, that was guaranteed to be a 1st down. They'll spot him across the 10 near the 11. Will we have a measurement, or does he have to get a little further?
I think we're going to measure this thing. I'll tell you what, man, it is, once again, from where we're standing, this baby's razor.
Wow. You're not even going to measure.
First down. That is huge.
Yeah.
That is a huge first down.
First down.
Which gives you room. Now you got that entire playbook back open again. And Southview has done a nice job of making timely plays and getting a little bit of momentum offensively, but then they shoot themselves in the foot with either a turnover, a botched snap, maybe a fumbled handoff or something like that.
So Southview moves the chains. First downs brought to you all season long by Home and Kitchen Supply in downtown Mansfield. 1st and 10. Cougars ball at their own 12-yard line. They trail senior high 7-3, 3:40 to play until halftime. They'll hand it off to the back. Moores again will bowl his way across the 15. Good job there by Mansfield Sr. Ricky Mills, Seth Miller in on the stop as well for Mansfield Sr. that time. I think we had a number 42 that I don't have on my roster. Do we have a 42?
I'll tell you what, I don't think
we have a 42.
I'll tell you what, though, but whoever that is, he's real special wearing 42.
Yeah, he made a nice job.
Yeah, he did.
And on the stop as well, so it'll be a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 for Southview. The ball at their own 17-yard line. Snap, handoff. The running back will get a couple up the middle, kind of bull his way across the 20 out near the 21. That was Harshman on the carry that time for Southview. Ricky Mills again involved in the stop. Ball will go down to the 21, so it's a 40-yard gain.
Yeah.
3rd and 1 coming up for Southview. Eric with under 3 to play until halftime. Southview doesn't look to be in too much of a hurry. You almost feel that they'd be okay to go into the locker room where we are right now.
Yeah, and the thing is, they'll pick up some tempo here. I think they want to get this first down, and then I think you're going to start seeing maybe them trying to attack the clock a little bit here. They just want to extend the chains here, and then you're going to see the tempo pick up, I think.
3rd and 1 from the 21. Handoff, and the running back's going to struggle forward. One of the senior high players came flying in and grabbed him on his back. It may have been Avion Gross that was the first guy through. The running back, they're going to give him the first down out near the 22. But Avion Gross nearly took him down in the backfield, but it's a Home and Kitchen Supply first down. Brought to you by Home and Kitchen Supply in downtown Mansfield, remodeling windows, doors, and more. Think Home and Kitchen Supply first. 2:10 to play till halftime. 7-3 Tigers, Southview ball. 1st and 10, Eric at their own 22-yard line. Will we see him go to the air here soon?
Yeah, I think that you're getting close to it. I mean, I would have to imagine you want to kind of tell your kids we want to be aggressive a little bit here.
And the quarterback is going to fake the handoff, throw it right side. Got a receiver out there across the 25. He'll hit the 30. Several senior high tackers will take him down at around the 33-yard line. And again, it's hard to bring down that guy, Nick Harshman. Oh, I'm sorry, was that
number 8?
Was that Fenter? Okay,
yeah, that was
Fenter on there. The jersey was kind of rolled up a little bit.
Oh yeah, 8 and 6 are close, man.
Yeah, you got it. They'll put him down at the 33-yard line with 1:37 to play until halftime. Another first down, and here we go. Cougars to the line. 4 wide receivers. Quarterback is in the gun with the back to his left. Here comes senior high with some pressure, and they're going to grab him and ride him to the turf. Oh my! Tyshandre Hall shot out of a cannon, sacks the quarterback inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. That is a monster play.
Playing the old JN there, man. That's what they call that, the JN, that stand-up end. And, it's almost literally shades of the old Shade 50. That's what that looked like there. So Tyshandre Hall coming in, and we know about him offensively being that type of weapon, but he's really stepped it up defensively this year for the Tigers. And, remember this, the Tigers now down to 2 timeouts. They got a 2nd and long. That puts Southview in a little bit of a dilemma, but because do they want to make the Tigers use the timeouts, or are they going to try to extend this drive by attacking it through the air? And sometimes you can do a little bit of both. Maybe you run a screen. Maybe you run something quick in your quick series. A lot of the stuff, a lot of the air raid stuff, back in the 80s with Bill Walsh, you had that West Coast offense. A lot of those things were set up to be an extension of the run game. So we'll see what they have here. They come out of this timeout. What kind of, we're going to be able to see with this play call, what are they thinking as far as are they actually trying to score, or are they just trying to get out of half without giving another touchdown up?
So Southview out of the timeout will have the football. 2nd down and 15 yards to go. The ball is at their own 28-yard line. Back to pass is the quarterback. He'll throw a slant over the middle. The receiver drops it around the 39-yard line. Oh, baby, a He fired that one in there to Logan Moores, who looked like it was a good throw, but I don't know if the Tiger defender got a hand on it or not, but it'll fall incomplete. That could have been a big play.
Yeah, Cam Young, man, I think he's played well. He's had a couple nice runs. I feel like he's got a nice arm. It's a live arm. I know for a fact he's had a couple of drops today that have been very crucial to drives such as this one.
3rd down and 15 for Southview. The ball at their own 28-yard line. 1:12 to play to halftime. They'll hand the ball off to Harshman, the running back. He'll be taken down by Avion Gross, who comes up to make the tackle at the 33. We're going to step aside. 1:05 to play until halftime. It's 7-3. Mansfield Sr. on top. Back in a minute. You're listening to high school playoff football on My 100.1.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
I'm Judge Steve McKinley, and I ask you to vote for me to continue as the Richland County Juvenile Court Judge. I'll continue to give great care to helping rehabilitate troubled children, and I'll treat every person that comes before the court with dignity and respect.
Paid for by the Committee for Judge McKinley. Carl Milliron, Treasurer.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Who's got your case? Be smart.
At Arlin Field in Mansfield as Southview, they didn't wait a full 1 minute for that punt. They'll boot it into senior high territory. It'll roll inside the 30 and actually rolled that inside the 25 down near the 23-yard line. So the Tigers take over after the punt. There's 52 seconds to play until halftime. 7-3, Mansfield Sr. on top. This is the Division III opening round of the high school playoffs in Region 10, where everybody makes the postseason this year, or is allowed to if they would like to compete in the high school football playoffs. Mansfield Sr. looking for playoff wins in back-to-back years. First time in school history. They lead again 7-3, under a minute to play until halftime. 4 wide receivers on 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. They'll bring a man in motion. Snap. Here comes the blitz. The quarterback, Reese, is going to elude. Roll back to the near side. Another defender is going to take him down around the 8-yard line, as that time, no matter where Duke Reese looked, there was a guy coming in hot pursuit for Southview. They'll take him down around the 9-yard line.
Yeah, and you got to be careful here if you're Mansfield. You might just want to go ahead and let this thing run. Just snap it, take a knee, hand it off, be safe. Here's why. You got a young quarterback. You don't want to do anything crazy here and give this lead up. So I look for him to just basically run this quarter out.
It was John Thompson on the sack for Southview. 17 seconds to play until halftime. Mansfield Sr. 2nd and 23 from their own 10-yard line. Reese in the gun with 4 wide receivers, 2 split each way. Handoff to Kerryon Mitchell. Up the middle, will be stood up around the 10-yard line and just shoved back by Southview. Tell you what, trying to see the first guy to get him, and it was Harshman was the first guy to greet him and drove him back around the 11-yard line. And that will bring us to halftime here at Arlin Field in Mansfield in the opening round of the high school football playoffs. Mansfield Sr. is on top by a score of 7-3. You are listening to the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week on My 100.1. Pediatric Consultants of Ashland and Mansfield, featuring comprehensive care with in-person or telehealth visits. Learn more at OhioPediatricians.com. Great to team up tonight with the OH Report. Looks like we'll have a 15-minute halftime. We're accustomed to around 10, but maybe in the playoffs we squeeze a few more minutes here at halftime. So we'll step aside, and we'll be back to run down all the first half numbers. Once again, at halftime in the opening round of the high school football playoffs at Arlin Field, Mansfield Sr. 7, Sylvania Southview 3. You're listening to high school football on My 100.1.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. we believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
I'm Judge Steve McKinley, and I ask you to vote for me to continue as the Richland County Juvenile Court Judge. I'll continue to give great care to helping rehabilitate troubled children, and I'll treat every person that comes before the court with dignity and respect.
Paid for by the Committee for Judge McKinley. Carl Milliron, Treasurer.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Yes! My favorite!
She said one thing was known to me because she could hear me.
Who? Hi, Aunt Shelly. Hi, Aunt Shelly.
She said, did you just yell? That's my favorite.
Uh-oh. This is not power. You're going to have to sit. You'll be back. Woo! What instrument is that?
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
I'm Judge Steve McKinley, and I ask you to vote for me to continue as the Richland County Juvenile Court Judge. I'll continue to give great care to helping rehabilitate troubled children, and I'll treat every person that comes before the court with dignity and respect.
Paid for by the Committee for Judge McKinley, Carl Milliron, Treasurer.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Welcome back to Arlin Field in Mansfield. It is halftime of the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. And it's the playoff opener at Arlin Field where Mansfield Sr. leads Sylvania Southview by a score of 7-3. Aaron Hines, Erik Will, glad to have you on iHeart Radio, My 100.1. And teaming up with our good friends at the OH Report tonight to bring you high school football. What a gorgeous night. And Mansfield Sr. Erik leads here at halftime by a score of 7-3. Let's rattle off some of the numbers in that first half. Mansfield Sr. had 179 total yards, 87 for Southview. Senior High with 90 yards rushing on 13 carries, 3 of 7 for quarterback Duke Reese for 89 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Let's run Southview's numbers down quickly. I mentioned 87 total yards. They had just 31 through the air. Quarterback Cam Young, 4 of 7 for 31 yards. They were 25 carries for 56 yards. And if I give you some of the individual numbers, Aaron Mitchell had that huge run of 66 yards, and he has 82 yards on just 7 carries. Ricky Mills has 2 for 13 running for Southview. The leader is Logan Moores, 11 carries for 40 yards. Nick Harshman, 6 carries for 17. 4 of 7 for the quarterback I mentioned for 31 yards. And I'll tell you what, the thing that jumps out at me, Eric, and I'll kind of let you break it down, Mansfield Sr. leads 7-3, and they scored on the first snap of the football game on some trickery on a throwback to the wide receiver Amar Davis. He fired a bullet to Miles Bradley, who rolled 59 yards to the end zone. In Mansfield Sr., their defense has made that stand up.
Yeah, their defense has played very, very well. I believe, what was the total yardage for Mansfield again? 179, I believe. 179. That's actually better than I think that they had been doing throughout the year, or as good. What you want to see is the 2 scores inside the red zone. Especially deep in the red zone. 1 an interception, which was kind of understandable in that situation with the pressure, and then the fumbled situation here in the east side of the of Arlin Field here. And so, if you're the Tigers, you probably feel like maybe it should be 14-3, or maybe even 21-3. At
least 14. Yeah.
And in a game like this, with the way your defense is playing, only giving up 87 total yards. You would think that's almost going to be enough to seal the game and to get you into that second round to go over to Ashland and play some football.
Let me throw one more stat at you. Time of possession doubled. Southview 16 minutes, Mansfield Sr. 8. Senior High, remember, scored. They've had really 2 big plays in this game. They were the 59-yarder on the touchdown pass on the first play from scrimmage, and then Aaron Mitchell had that 66-yard bolt. If you're Mansfield Sr., the way this defense is playing, another score, you'd feel, I don't want to use the word comfortable, but you would feel really, really good if you were able to get a stop on Southview and be able to get that ball back, go down and score maybe halfway through the third quarter, Eric, and have a couple score lead and really put more pressure on Southview.
Well, and here's the thing, Aaron. I mean, maybe it's a rhetorical question, but what's the only way Southview can score in this game if you're in the eyes of the Tigers? Probably an offensive turnover that leads to quick points. So just make sure you don't turn the ball over in the second half, and then just play the field position game. Because if you're Mansfield, you have to feel unbelievably good about the fact that Southview, do they have a player that can take the ball 60 yards on you? I don't know if they do or not. I haven't seen it today, but even when they've kind of got out in the open, the Tigers have gotten there in packs, and they've been able to make the play. Obviously, 87 total yards in the second half says that. So if you're Mansfield, don't be afraid to play a little ball control. Don't be afraid to play a little of the old trestle ball field position, if you will, because that's going to get you into the second round as this game goes on tonight. But what will be inexcusable is trying to do something outside of your strength in a turnover leading to a quick set of points for the Southview Southview Cougars.
Cougars and Tigers here tonight from Arlin Field.
Yeah, it's a cat fight.
Well, Mansfield Sr., we know what happened a few weeks back. They went to Ashland. I know they're not thinking about the Arrows yet, but that was a 13-6 ball game, and they had multiple chances to go win that game. Boy, would they love a rematch with their OCC rival.
Yeah, because that it's so funny when you got a great offense. I mean, trust me, you're tough to beat. But if you don't give anything up, you're going to be in every single game. You've always got a puncher's chance when you've got an elite defense. And it's funny because all of the talent that graduated off that last year defense, which, we've talked about this quite a few times, Aaron, over the last few weeks, their defensive line last year was as good as it gets. And to be able to replace it with the production that you've had in the 3 games that we've seen, in the complete body of work through 6.5 games, the Tygers are replenishing that well, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Mansfield Sr., we saw the playoff run, they had a year ago. The one thing, and you bring up a year ago, Eric, and it just kind of makes me go back and think about some, amazing plays where they would block field goals. They would block extra points. That continues this season. I had a pregame interview, and you heard it. You and I this is our 3rd Mansfield Senior game this season. You said it on the air. I'm going to let you say it again. They should teach a clinic on how to block field goals and how to block extra points. They do it better than anybody you've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, the block, the
scoop and score.
Yeah, the scoop and score. The block field goal, scoop and score, and they block punts. They return punts and kickoffs for touchdowns, or at least change field position with the athletes that they put back there. And you can obviously tell that's an important part of their film study as a staff. They make that important to their players, and you see it on the field. That third phase, and Aaron, I've said this many times over the last 1.5 to 2 years with you, that there's really 2 schools of thought with special teams. Either A, don't let it cost me the game, or B, I want to win a game with it. And Mansfield wants to win a game with special teams. They really go after it. You can tell they spend time with it, and you can tell they make it a priority with their players. And that's why when I was a head coach, and most head coach, you've got to run special teams. You better be an integral part, because if it's just something where you throw an assistant coach on it and they don't take it serious, then why would your kids? If it's an important part of the game and there's points on the line, you better take it serious.
The 2 guys I was told that lead the charge on special teams and blocking those field goals and extra points, head coach Chioke Bradley, defensive coordinator Sean Adams.
Right.
2 guys who are very, very involved. Kickoff by Mansfield Sr. Going to be a short one, going to be fielded around the 22-yard line by Southview. They'll take it across the field, across the 25, and then be grabbed and dropped at around the 26-yard line. Good return by Paul McGowan, who will put him down close to the 27-yard line, and that is where Southview takes over 1st and 10, just seconds into the 3rd quarter. 11:52 to play. 3rd quarter, Mansfield Sr. on top. 7-3, high school playoff football, opening round, beautiful Friday night, kickoff temperature in the upper 60s, close to 70 degrees. You cannot ask for better weather in high school football. And Southview comes to the line on 1st and 10. Handoff will go to the running back, Moores. He'll bring it to the near side and then be taken down. Avion Gross came flying in and will take him down after a short gain. And tell you what, we saw Angelo come from 10 yards away, Eric, and make those plays, and a younger brother, Avion, coming like a bolt of lightning to make that tackle.
And that dude's going to Pitt. He's a stud. But your receiver needs to help you out a little bit by getting a chip on him. I think that they had a nice play there. He did a good job. That's supposed to go inside. It went a gap wider. He goes wide. Your receiver's got to do a better job of blocking on the perimeter if you're Southview.
2nd down and 9, 1-yard gain. Handoff to the back right up the middle, and he's going to ride people across the 35 out near the 37-yard line. He's real close to a home and kitchen supply 1st down.
I think he's got it. It's a 1st down, so they pick up the 9 yards here. They're moving the chains, staying on schedule. And if you're Mansfield there, it's just a quick trap. That's all that is, just a quick trap. Your guard pulls quick, hits your 3 technique there, and you get that thing humming up the middle.
Harshman on the carry. He's a load to bring down. Home and kitchen supply 1st down for Southview, the nose of the ball at their own 38-yard line. 10:45 to play, 3rd quarter. Mansfield Sr. 7 and Southview 3. All of our points scored, Eric, on the opening drives. I haven't seen anything since. Southview quarterback back to pass. He'll throw it. The ball's going to be batted down as senior high that time had Ty Hall came flying in, got the hands up, and batted that baby down.
Big time play by Ty Hall there, getting his hands up. What do you coach there? His hand goes up. You match the throwing hand. Now, the other side of that is, if you have an opportunity there, maybe a quick pump fake, because they did have a guy open at about 15 yards that, Cam was going to hit there. So if you're Cam Young, man, you just like another half second to make that throw.
2nd and 10 for Southview. The ball at their own 38-yard line. The quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to go forward. He'll get a couple of yards. Multiple tacklers. Ricky Mills was in there. I wish I could tell you who 42 was for senior high. We don't have a number on the roster. He was also involved in the stop. Short gain, couple yards out to the 40.
Yeah, that's just a counter series there. It's QB counter, so they run the influence play going from left to right. He follows his guard or his H-back back through there. I couldn't see exactly who that was. I know they had a pull coming through. Great job by the linebacker, eye discipline there by the Tygers backers.
9:49 to play, third quarter. Senior high up 7-3, 3rd and 8. Quarterback back to pass, throws a dart to midfield, caught by the receiver. A nice throw and a very, very nice catch that time by the wide receiver, Cameron Morin, on the catch. And he's a junior, Eric, and he'll have the knees down at midfield. A Home and Kitchen Supply first down. That was a nice throw.
Yeah, in Mansfield, they're going with a little coverage. What's that means? That when someone talks about playing coverage, you have man, you have zone. That was a cover two. You had two safeties high. He literally hit that window right in between the backer and the safety.
1st and 10, Southview at midfield. They trail senior high 7-3, third quarter. 9:22 to play. Ball snap, loose by the quarterback. He'll fall on it. It's still loose. Senior high's trying to grab it. Do they have it?
Yes.
Ty Hall or no? It's Amajian Robertson who comes down with the football.
Yeah, and that's
the 41-yard line.
That's been the trend tonight. I mean, if you're Southview, you can't. They have moved the ball at times. They've been their own worst enemy. Bad snaps, quarterback not handling the snaps sometimes. That one came hot. It was a little high. It's just you can't give a team with this type of defense when you're playing the Tygers. You can't give them, even if he recovers that, I mean, you might as well get the punt team ready. I mean, how well are you going to respond after losing 10 yards against this defense? It's just, you can, and here's the thing, you continually put your defense in a bad situation.
So senior high, excellent field position, third quarter, leading 7-3, 9:14 to play, third quarter, 1st and 10 at Southview's 41-yard line. Reese back to pass, will throw it left side, reaching back for the football, and he is going to make the catch, was Avion Gross. He'll catch it around the 35-yard line.
Great pitch and catch there. I'm telling you, man, I like this freshman quarterback for the Tygers. I think he's going to be a good one for him. Coach Bradley and his offensive staff are going to have fun with this young man as he gets older. You can see the arm strength. You can see the talents there. I like him. I like everything I see.
2nd down and 4 for Mansfield Sr. Handoff to Mitchell. Ran into one of his linemen. Now he's going to drag people for a couple of yards. That play was ticketed to go nowhere. And to carry on Mitchell, just dragging people for a couple of yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and a couple for Mansfield Sr. The ball at the Southview 33-yard line. 8:43 to play, third quarter, 7-3 Mansfield Sr. We just got an update. DiMaggio France is number 42. He was wearing 43, so
okay.
Tip of the cap to that. Want to be able to say his name. He's made a couple great plays tonight.
Yeah, he's played really, really well. And the Tigers are right where they want to be here, man. They got a 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 2, handoff left side, and the running back's going to be drilled around the 31-yard line. As that time on the carry was to carry on Mitchell, and the guy that drilled him was Harshman.
Yeah, Harshman.
Harshman just came up and just flattened him, Eric, but they're going to give him a Home and Kitchen Supply first down.
Hey, you get your first down, you pay for it. He did, man. There was no doubt. That was a nice stick by Harshman there. Lowered the pads there, textbook tackle, eyes up, ran through the offensive player.
8 minutes to play, third quarter, senior high up 7-3, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Pass over the middle, the receiver had it and then dropped it. It was the freshman, Amar Davis, who had it around the 25-yard line. I don't know if he heard footsteps, but he went to turn and drops the ball incomplete. Would have had at least 5 yards. If he made a man miss, could have been more, but he'll drop it to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, turn your dial up because, Amar Davis, you're going to be hearing that name for the next 3 years like crazy. He is a straight athlete. I think that time it was really more the eyes got big. He was ready to make that next move and play. I think he was thinking 6 on that one.
2nd and 10, Mansfield Sr. The ball at the Southview 30-yard line. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right. Quarterback Reese in the gun, back to pass. Pressure on, he'll roll to the left, he'll fire it down the field. Got a man open, caught it around the 15-yard line. As on the catch that time, guess who, Erik Will? Amar Davis, the freshman, will reel it in inside the 15, down near the 14, a 16-yard strike.
But a flag. Got a man downfield.
All right. I did not see the penalty. Oh, what a great throw.
Great. Scrambling to the left, which once again, you've got a left-handed QB. He's going to work to his left better than right. And, man, great job by the receiver there. You're told if you're to him, come back. If you're away, run to the end zone, run away. And that was a nice job right there by the receiver, understanding he just turned, stopped, quarterback made a delivery. Man, that was just a one-arm cannon throw. Very impressive. Freshman to freshman on a Friday night at Arlin, man.
You're going to hear Reese to Davis, that hookup for many, many years here at Arlin Field. Senior high now 2nd and 15 after the penalty. The ball at the Southview 35-yard line. Reese back to pass. Got time. He'll fire it and going to overthrow Miles Bradley to the near side as Bradley was working his way inside the 30. And that time Reese had a little bit too much on that. Out of bounds. 7:28 to play, third quarter. Mansfield Sr. leading Southview 7-3 here in the playoff opener at Arlin Field. 3rd and 15 coming up for the Tigers. After the game, we'll select our Spitzer Motors game changer, whose hustle, whose effort changes tonight's game for his football team, courtesy of the good people from Spitzer Motors, West 4th Street in Ontario. Brand new Kia, $99 a month. You can lease one. They have some for $119 a month. Incredible deals. You have to get to Spitzer Motors, West 4th Street in Ontario. Anytime you can shop online at drivespitzer.com. All right, 3rd and 15, back to pass. It's Reese going to throw it down the middle, but threw it to the other side of the receiver. He had a receiver darting down the middle of the field. It was Amar Davis, but he was more to the right. He throws it to the left, and it falls incomplete, bringing up 4th and 15 for Mansfield Sr.
Yeah, and your safety there, Josh Meeks, did a really nice job for the Cougars, staying in phase there, staying on top. You always take your safeties. Safety should never be trail technique, meaning letting the receiver get over top. You want to stay on top. You're there in alignment. Don't give that up. Be able to react up, not back. That's a great job by Meeks there. And Southview, man, just continues to stay alive here. Their defense is just making a few plays.
Miles Bradley will do the punting, and he will get it away. A line drive punt will hit it about the 10-yard line. The receiver for Southview, the return man's going to pick it up across the 15 to the left side, across the 20, 25, into the 30. He'll go out of bounds just across the 30. That's senior Josh Meek, who kind of hesitated. Do I grab it? Do I not? He does, and he bolts all the way out to the 33, so it was going to be around the 10 or inside the 10 if he let it go. Eric, that's a big change in field position.
And that's a smart play by Meeks there. That's you had the bounce that you needed. It wasn't going to be something that was going to be a 50-50 coming off the turf, and you get yourself out of the shadow of your own end zone. By the time that thing's recovered, you might even be in your own 5-yard line. So they needed that field position. So now we get to see how that Tiger defense responds, and is Southview going to be able to handle some snaps?
1st and 10, Southview at their own 33-yard line. Handoff to the running back, and he is greeted by 3 senior high players that time and thrown to the turf. Good pursuit that time. Amajian Robertson, also Ty Hall, as they grab the ball carrier, Nick Harshman there. They're going to give him a short gain of 1 yard, but that was good group tackling, multiple hats to the football.
That was a couple of Mack trucks hitting each other right there, a couple of 200-pounders just smacking each other. Neither one gave ground. That was just 2 grown men hitting each other there. You could hear that from up here.
All right, so Southview now 2nd and 9. The ball at their own 34-yard line. 6:30 to play, third quarter. Mansfield Sr. 7, Southview 3 here in the playoff opener. Young calls for the ball. Hands it off to Moores off the right side. He'll kind of ride the pile and still going. Breaks the tackle across the 40 and will get real close to a first down. Nearly squirted for the first down out near the 42, maybe the 43. Yeah, give him the 43. Maybe just a little shy, and what effort there from Moores.
Yeah, that's a great job by Moores. And if you're a young running back, pay attention to the way he was running. He ran behind his shoulder pads. He kept a good forward lean. You notice that little hand, that left hand touched the ground, good ball security. I think after contact, he picked another 4 or 5 yards up. Great job right there by the running back.
All right, timeout. We'll take time. 5:55 to play, third quarter. You're listening to the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. It's Mansfield Sr. 7 and Southview 3. Back in a minute. You're listening to high school playoff football on My 100.1.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. we believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
I'm Judge Steve McKinley, and I ask you to vote for me to continue as the Richland County Juvenile Court Judge. I'll continue to give great care to helping rehabilitate troubled children, and I'll treat every person that comes before the court with dignity and respect.
Paid for by the Committee for Judge McKinley. Carl Milliron, Treasurer.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt,
Field, and while you were away, they didn't wait a full 1 minute. Harshman got the handoff. He'll lean forward and get a home and kitchen supply first down. So Erik Southview moves the chains. The ball now at their own 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Southview. Cougars again trailing Mansfield Sr. 7-3. Under 5.5 to play. Third quarter in the opening round of the high school football playoffs here at Arlin Field. Quickly Southview to the line. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right. The quarterback's going to fake the run. He's going to roll the right, get drilled as he throwed it. Threw the ball to the right, incomplete, and in hot pursuit was Ty Hall, who unloaded on the quarterback just as he threw it. It'll be incomplete, and boy, I love what we saw tonight from Ty Hall.
Hey, it's that JN, man. He's standing up there. That's like I said, it's the old Shade 50 rules. They'll kind of stagger around. Sometimes you get that, they'll move that defensive front, but those 2 stand-up ends, when they walk them down, that makes the boot extremely difficult because your backside end is taught your counter boot reverse. You stay home, keep your shoulders square, and so when that happens, your quarterback, as he turns that corner, that ball's going to come out hot.
2nd down 10, Southview, the ball at their own 45-yard line. Handoff to Morris, got a hole right side into senior high territory, gets tripped up at around the 45-yard line. Another home and kitchen supply first down. Amar Davis makes the tackle, but a nice lane to run for Logan Moores. Another first down brought to you by Home and Kitchen Supply in downtown Mansfield, remodeling windows, doors, and more. Think Home and Kitchen Supply first, and Southview has it in senior high territory. The ball at the Tiger 43-yard line, and Erik, I'll tell you what, if you're Mansfield Senior, boy, you love another big play from that defense.
Well, and Southview's trying to do something that most teams can't do, which is sustain a drive without either a penalty or a turnover or a bad snap.
4:44 to play, third quarter. Mansfield Senior up 7-3. Handoff right up the middle. The back's going to bolt inside the 40 on a good run by Moores. He'll be taken down. Avion Gross got a piece of him. Ty Hall did as well, but he landed on Ty Hall around the 35-yard line. They'll say knee goes down at around the 37, but Ty Hall is still down on the field. And so we're going to have everybody step away to their sidelines for a moment. We may step aside. We'll give it just a minute here with 4:38 to play, third quarter, 7-3 is the Mansfield Senior lead. And Ty Hall has been a leader out there defensively.
No doubt.
Hoping he can stay in this football game.
He's been a pleasant surprise defensively. He's done a nice job for the Tigers really this whole year. And, we know that he has offensive ability. He's an athlete. He's a good ball player. And he's one of those by any means necessary guys. He just wants to play hard-nosed football, wants to do whatever he can to contribute to his team. If that means playing outside backer, rush end, whatever that means on offense, an extra block, playing that H-back position, he'll do it. So looks like he's got a little bit of a leg issue there, so I'm sure they'll get him over here to the sidelines and attend to him to see what they can get. Getting back to the game here, though, if you're Southview, you're staying on schedule. You're looking at a 2nd and 4. What hurts that? A penalty, bad snap, bad decision. They've had a lot of success running the ball. Inside, they're smart. They realize we're not going to get the edge with the speed that the Tigers have. So we've got to hum it up in there, get a body on a body, a hat on a hat, use enough counter, use enough different types of movement in your backfield to try to distract the linebacker eyes, and then hum it up in there. I'll tell you what, I have been very impressed today with Logan Moores. He was a young man that stat-wise wasn't jumping out to us, but I think that they've made a conscientious effort through game planning this week. This was a guy who was going to help them try to beat the Tigers.
So Ty Hall, after the leg injury, to the sideline. Handoff to Moores, and he'll be sandwiched just across the line of scrimmage. As we can tell you that time, it was DiMaggio France, the defensive tackle, the senior, grabbed him, bear hugged him, and took him to the turf at around the 36-yard line. So a short gain, about a yard or so. 3rd and 3 now coming up for Southview. The ball at the Mansfield Sr 36-yard line. 4:07 to play, third quarter, 7-3 Tigers on top. And I know this could be 4-down territory,
right,
but this is a couple of big plays in this game.
Huge plays right here. And here's the thing. This is the first time in a while that Southview's been in Tiger territory.
That is absolutely correct. 3rd and 3 from the senior high 36-yard line. 3 wide receivers. Handoff to Harshman. Going nowhere. Grabbed and buried in the backfield. As Mansfield Sr, the first guy to greet him, coach's son, Miles Bradley. He had help, but Miles, the first guy to get in there and take him down for a TFL for a yard loss.
Yeah, great job by Miles there coming up. Off the edge there. I think he's the replacement as far as position-wise from Ty Hall. So now you're looking at a 4th and 4, and does this ball have to get in the air right here? So the Tigers might once again make that stand that so often they do.
4th and 4 from the senior high 37-yard line for Southview. 3:13 to play, third quarter. Tigers up 7-3. Pass going to be knocked down, nearly intercepted. Oh, Mansfield Sr. and getting a hand on it. Hang on, let people clear. I'll tell you who got their hand on it. Miles Bradley did it again. Yeah. Nearly picked that pass off. It falls incomplete, and Miles with monster plays in back-to-back plays in senior high, able to have a 4th down stand.
2 plays, and here's the thing. On a quick, you're getting a quick there. You're getting some type of slant. You're getting something, some type of a hitch, something quick. Quarterback wants to get the ball out of his hands. So if you can't get there, what do? Get your hands up in the passing lanes. If you notice, there were 2 or 3 guys there that kind of held serve right there at the line of scrimmage, got their hands up in the passing lanes. Great job. Get off the field once again, proving that it's so hard to sustain that 10, 11, 12 play drive against the Tigers.
You got that right. 1st and 10, Mansfield Sr takes over at their own 37-yard line. Handoff to the running back. Not a lot of room to operate, as that time it was to carry on Mitchell, and he was greeted in the backfield. Multiple players in on the stop for Southview. It was Akeel Jones Jr., the sophomore, among others, to take him to the turf. The ball going to go for a 1-yard loss back to the 36-yard line. So 2:45 to play, third quarter. Mansfield Sr 7, Southview 3. 2nd and 11, Mansfield Sr. The ball at their own 36-yard line. 4 wide receivers, pass over the middle, and that time Duke Reese rushed that one, felt the pressure. It'll go incomplete. He had Avion Gross darting across the middle, but overthrew him by quite a bit.
Well, and what you're getting is what you would expect. They're coming after the freshman quarterback, so they're mixing up their blitz packages. You got a 3-man front, but they're doing line games up front. They're bringing at least 2 backers almost every single time in some type of a blitz issue. So right now, you're looking at a different type of coverage here, and they're bringing people after the freshman.
3rd and 11, and hang on. Southview looked like they jumped into the neutral zone, but did senior high move before that? It looked like one of the guys on defense just got into the neutral zone, but they'll say somebody for senior high moved to, kind of.
Right, the blitz. He was moving up, creeping, getting ready for the blitz, and that left guard just kind of popped up just a little bit there. That's tough. I'm telling you, that takes a lot of discipline, because you realize this cat's getting ready to come at me at a full start, and they do a good job. So Southview does a nice job of blitzing a half man.
3rd and 16 for Mansfield Sr. from their own 31-yard line. Pressure on. Reese is going to step up, and he'll go down. He slides down because Harshman came flying in to try and drill him at the 34, but good awareness by Duke Reese. He wasn't getting out of that. So he slides down at the 34. He'll pick up about 3, and Mansfield Sr. will have to punt it on 4th and long with just over 2 to play here in the third quarter. Mansfield Sr. leading 7-3. Both teams scored on their very first possession. Nobody scored since.
Yeah, and how about Akeel Jones Jr. again, number 71 for
Good
Southview.
player.
Dude, he has done a nice job of winning those one-on-ones on the edge. He's had his way a little bit with the left tackle there for the Tigers.
Miles Bradley will boot it away standing at his own 21-yard line, and he will boot it away. He'll boot it left side away from the return man. Takes a great senior high hop inside the 30. It's going to keep rolling inside the 25 and down near the 24-yard line. The return man, Nate Ford, that time He wanted to,
Yeah.
but he didn't touch it. He let it roll, and a good boot by Miles Bradley really flips the field.
Yeah, it flips the field. You got a minute 32. I mean, Southview ate up 6-7 minutes of the third quarter.
Oh, yeah.
And then they turn around and lose the turnover on downs. But with that punt, you'll play. What did I take coming out of the second half? Win the field position. Don't turn the ball over. Win the field position. And right now, through almost a quarter, the third quarter, they've done that. 7-3 might be good enough today just because of the fact that their defense is. Will it give up a big play, Aaron? In my opinion, I don't think so.
1:32 to play, third quarter. Senior High on top. As I mentioned, 7-3. Handoff will go to the running back, and the running back's going to be upended. Nice play defensively by Mansfield Sr. that time. Tell you what, Eric, coming in was a Majian Robertson to dump the running back just shy of the 25-yard line. And Maj Robertson, was injured during basketball season. So, Eric, he wasn't ready to go early on. And you remember, you and I did his first game. What'd he do? He had 2 interceptions and took one back for a touchdown against DeSales. And you and I both know very well that dude is a game changer.
Oh, he's a game changer. Very instrumental as well. A name we said a lot last year on their state final run there. And I'm glad to see him back and playing well. He's an easy young man to root for.
2nd and 11 for Southview at their own 24-yard line. The quarterback's going to hand it off. Morris is going to lose it. He'll grab it and then get drilled around the 20-yard line. You could name 8 senior high players involved in that tackle as the running back got a fortuitous hop off the turf right back to him. But Miles Bradley, France, and among others, 6 others, including those 2, so 8 on the stop, but Senior High, Eric, with another break right there.
Yeah, they're just, it's like there's grease on the ball when it goes from the center back to the quarterback or running back. So, we're hitting under 15 seconds. I think we got one more play left here, and it's a 3rd and long. I mean, you can't have prosperity in 3rd and long, especially against this Tiger defense.
4 seconds to play here in the third. 3rd and 13 for Southview from their own 22-yard line. The quarterback's going to roll. Here comes the pressure. He will be sacked as he will go down. Miles Bradley with a sack. A monster third quarter for the junior. And that is how we wrap up the third quarter after 3 in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. Mansfield Senior 7, Southview 3. Back in a minute. You're listening to High School Playoff Football on My 100.1. After 3 quarters of play, welcome back to Arlin Field in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week on My 100.1. 7-3 Mansfield Senior. As we start the fourth quarter, Eric, we start with a penalty.
Yeah, a little procedure there. So now we're going to back them up to, I believe, about the 8-yard line here. So we're getting a punt. And this is a game changer. If he mishits this and Avion Gross gets his hands on this, I'm telling you, he is good enough. It's a strike up the band. I'm telling you, the dude is electric.
Trent Arvey on the punt. He'll boot it. And settling under it, Miles Bradley at around the 42-yard line. He'll bring it back to the middle of the field and then actually lose yardage. Good pursuit that time by the special teams of Southview. Nick Harshman does everything for him, was down there among others. And even though Mansfield Sr. did not get a positive return, Eric, they still start in positive territory. They start with the football inside Southview territory. They'll put that nose of the football on the 47-yard line. So 11:50 to play in the football game. Mansfield Sr. leading 7-3. Aaron Hines, Erik Will, iHeart Radio, My 100.1. Glad to team up tonight with our good friends from the OH Report to bring you high school football tonight, live from beautiful Arlin Field. Hey, there's not a better place to watch a football game right here.
This is great. This is one of the best facilities in the entire state, man. This is great atmosphere here. It's a shame we can't have them all on here. You know, there's a bunch of fans probably want to be here, but at least they're able to watch and listen.
1st and 10, handoff to Mitchell. He'll be grabbed around the 49-yard line. He's going to lose a yard and be shoved back off the right side. Zach Harshman, the junior defensive tackle, just bear hugged him right when he got the ball.
Yeah, I mean, he once again was able to slip through in between that center and guard and able to make that play there. So, and this is what's killing Mansfield on offense, is the fact that they're having very limited success on first down. So 2nd and long has become a passing situation. And so because of that, Sylvania Southview has been bringing the blitz with great accuracy because it's been such a passing situation for the Tigers.
2-yard loss. They'll hand it off this time to the running back, and the running back's going to bull his way ahead. That's Ricky Mills on the carry. Running hard that time was Ricky Mills. Inside the 45 and down near the 44. Give him 6 yards. And I just love what Ricky Mills brings to this football team.
Well, why wouldn't you? I mean, you're talking about a young man, 215 pounds. He's a 9th grader. He's a freshman. He's only going to get better.
Are you kidding me? He's only a freshman.
Right. And when you run the ball that way, you're either going to take the blow or you're going to give the blow.
That time he delivered a blow. His senior high now has the football. 3rd and 7 after the senior high run. Now they're going to throw one right side down the sideline and just overthrows the receiver. Pretty good throw that time by the quarterback, Duke Reese. He just led Miles Bradley a little bit too much, trying to catch it inside the 10. If he gives it maybe one more pat on that ball before he throws it, that's 6.
Yeah, it is. It's a good throw because you teach your quarterbacks, if you're going to miss outside and long. Don't miss inside and short, because then you're going to allow the defender, because once again, corners, most of the time they're doing trail technique. So you got to miss outside. I thought the ball was spot on. It just a little bit of a timing was off. This is the right decision by Coach Adams, too. You punt the football here. Do not take a chance in this situation of giving Southview decent field position at all. Great choice here by Coach Adams.
10:23 to play in the football game. A low boot by Miles Bradley will check up like a golfer inside the 20. And around the 18-yard line is where Southview will take over 1st and 10. 10:15 to play in the football game. You're listening to the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week on iHeart Radio. Pediatric Consultants of Ashland and Mansfield, featuring comprehensive care with in-person or telehealth visits. Learn more at ohiopediatricians.com. 7-3 Mansfield Sr. as that defense, Eric, will be called on one more time, and they've delivered all night. Can they continue to do it again? Is the Tiger defense out there again? Southview 1st and 10. The ball at their own 18-yard line. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left. The quarterback with the back to his right and behind him. Handoff to Moore's left side. Got some blocking off the left side. Across the 20. Will be upended right there. Avion Gross just came flying in to take the legs out just across the 20. Give him 2, maybe 3 yards on the carry.
You know, and they're running that pistol set where you've got the back 3 yards behind the quarterback. I mean, it's amazing how when that's just stretch. That's just outside zone, stretch to the left. It was actually blocked fairly well, but the corner is unaccounted. The corner is accounted for, but he's not getting blocked. So therefore, what could be a big gain is minimal at 3 yards.
9:35 to play in the ball game. 7-3 Mansfield Sr. 2nd and 7 for Southview on the 21-yard line. Handoff left side, the back across the 25 will be rode to the turf. Avion Gross takes Harshman down. See where they're going to spot him across the 25 at the 26-yard line. So 5 yards on the carry. A big third down here. 3rd and 2 needed. 9:10 to play in the football game. Southview trailing 7-3. Eric, 4th quarter in a 1-score game. These are monster plays.
Absolutely. And once again, if you're the Tigers trying to get off the field here, changing that field position, Southview has done nothing vertically to stretch this senior high defense at all.
3rd and 2, and the quarterback's going to keep it. He'll fall forward. He's grabbed and taken to the turf. Good play. DiMaggio France on the stop at around the 27. I don't think he's got it. I think it's a good yard shot.
Right. Is that the QB down there?
I believe it was the quarterback on the carry, Young, and the official kind of in my way right now, but I believe it was the quarterback, yes.
So he's getting attended to right now. You're looking at a 4th and 1, Aaron?
I would say a good yard to go.
Good solid yard.
Yep.
So, and especially right now if you're looking at a situation where you might be having another young man under center here,
you're also deep in your own end.
You're deep in your own end, and here's the thing: you still got 8:41 left, and your defense has played well.
Absolutely.
We talk about the Tiger defense. Well, you got a young, inexperienced freshman quarterback playing for the Tigers tonight, and what you don't want to do is put them in a situation where you're automatically putting them in 4-down territory. So I think the move here that they're probably going to go with is going to be a punt here, and then try to get that defense to. Get that ball back, help them out, and then here's the thing: maybe they can get a turnover. Like I said, that's what they're playing for now is a turnover. Try to get that field position change. Try to shrink try to shrink that field. So therefore, you're not having to do a 10 and 12 play drive. Maybe you can get something around 6 plays and get yourself in the end zone.
That was the quarterback, Cam Young, who got up, now able to kind of limping. He's limping a little, but good news, He is walking off the field under his own power, and it looks like Southview on 4th and 1 is going to punt the football as dropping back is Trent Arvey. The dangerous one, Avion Gross to the near side. The far side is Miles Bradley. 8:30 to go in the game. Senior high up 7-3. He'll boot it away. It'll be caught by Miles Bradley at around the 31-yard line. Makes one man miss. Tries to bring it back to the near side. Makes another miss. Then he'll be grabbed and tackled around the 37-yard line. Good job that time on the tackle by Southview. Defensive tackle hustling down the field. Zach Harshman, and Mansfield Sr. takes over at their own, as I mentioned, 37-yard line, leading 7-3 with 8:17 to play here in the playoff opener at Arlin Field. A date with the Ashland Arrows next Friday night for the winner of this game.
I just looking at Southview here, Akili Jones is one of their gunners. That's one of the wide receiver positions that gets down there. I mean, that kid is unbelievable. I'm just really impressed watching that young man play. He has had a whale of a game for the Cougars.
All right, so Mansfield Sr., 1st and 10. Ball at their own 37-yard line. They lead Southview 7-3. 8:17 to play in the football game. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Quarterback in the pistol. He'll throw it. Avion Gross coming back for the ball. He's got it across the 35. Hits the 40 near the sideline. Now comes back. Penalty marker comes out. Maybe a hold on the side for Mansfield Sr. as the penalty came out after Avion was making multiple guys miss. He'll go down around the 39-yard line.
Yeah, and it's going to be about a 1st and 17. They're going to back him up. The receiver grabbed it. From where we're at, we can't tell if it is or not, but obviously the official right on that.
He's a little closer than us.
Yeah, he's a little closer than us, and you know, you got to trust that call there. But Avion there trying to make as much out of that as he possibly can. Looked like they were going to kind of set up that jailbreak screen kind of coming back in. And, I like the play because you're trying to get one of your best athletes the ball. I mean, you could make an argument, man, Avion Gross needs to touch the ball 15, 20 times a game. I mean, he is a difference maker. Like, I don't know if it's playing a little quarterback, playing a little running back, maybe some jet motion, doing little screens like that. But that young man's too good of a ball player not to touch the ball a whole bunch.
I don't think anybody's going to argue with you on that. Early and often handoff after the penalty for Mansfield Sr., and there is just nowhere to go for DeCarrion Mitchell. He's greeted by your guy, Akil Jones Jr. and others, the defensive tackle. They'll take him down at around the 28-yard line. He'll actually lose a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and long, 19 yards to go for Senior High from their own 28-yard line. 7:36 to play in the football game, 7-3. Mansfield Sr., 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left. Quarterback Reese going to roll to the near side. The lefty fires a fastball out of bounds. Nearly one of the Mansfield Sr. assistant coaches caught it at around the 45-yard line. That fastball hummed out of bounds. 3rd and 19 now coming up for Mansfield Sr., Eric. 7:25 to play in the game. I know there's not a whole lot in the playbook for 3rd and 19, but, boy, you'd love to get a chunk of it. That way when you have your punt, you really can flip the field.
No, I agree with you on that. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if you get some type of a draw or a screen here. And that last play there with the flood working to the left there, just each level was taken away by that Cougar defense in that secondary.
3rd and 19, Senior High. From their own 28-yard line. Slant over the middle. Got the receiver across the 40 on a great dart right there. Keontae Bradley, the sophomore, caught it across the 40 out near the 42. And, Eric, they get about 14 yards and bring up 4th down. But, boy, you feel a whole lot better with 4th and a handful of yards, but they're still going to punt it in their own territory.
Right, and this, once again, right decision here. Your defense has done nothing to warrant any concerns if you're the Tygers. And once again, Southview's done a great job defensively too. This is a true definition of a defensive game, which is what we knew we were going to get. When you looked at both offenses coming in, and then you have a player that's not able to play tonight for the Tygers, this is what you were expecting.
Punt away by Miles Bradley. Will hit at the 35 and then take a Southview hop back toward midfield. It'll roll to the 40-yard line. Senior High had a guy jump on it there, and that's where Southview will take over. 6:39 to play in the football game. 7-3, Mansfield Sr. leading Southview. And, Eric, I wanted to bring it up before the punt didn't get to, but that slant right there you saw over the middle to Keontae Bradley. You saw the fastball right there from Duke Reese. That's what gets you excited about the future. You throw in Amar Davis. He's got a cannon of an arm. He's only played a handful of varsity games. Senior High really has to be excited about their future.
Well, not only that, but you know their defense is always going to be their defense. They're always going to have dudes line up. You're not going to out-athlete them, I can tell you that. And then offensively, as they continue to mature and get those playmakers more reps, they're going to be really good for years to come.
Hand off Southview to the near side. Penalty marker comes out. Moores will cut it back across the 45, get out near the 48. But hang on, that is thrown in the neighborhood of holding. Penalty marker back behind the line of scrimmage at the 39-yard line, and it is a hold on Southview. And, Eric, does this ever change the complexion of this drive for Southview with that hold on first down?
Absolutely, and that's why I said, penalties and turnovers, right? That's what Mansfield's going to thrive on. And this offense struggles enough staying ahead of the chains against this defense, the same way that the Tigers' offense struggles to stay ahead of the chains. You can't reward it with holding penalties, especially that are, it was play side, but the ball carrier was already by you. So you got to have some spatial awareness.
All right, so under 6.5 to play in the football game. 7-3, Mansfield Sr. on top here in the playoff opener. After the penalty, Southview 1st and 21 from their own 29-yard line. Pressure is on. The quarterback will throw it. It's not caught by the receiver because I'm telling you what, Senior High had a guy shoot that gap and nearly sack the quarterback.
Yeah, and when you run a screen, you're inviting the defense in, but you don't want human hand to not touch them. You want to at least punch, slow them up for a count, invite him in, and then dump it over top. They're not even allowing the running back to turn, spin, and get turned around back to the ball. So if you're the offensive line there, you've got to at least get a hand on the initial rush.
That was Malachi Mays who shot that gap. By the way, Cam Young is back in at quarterback for Southview. 2nd and 21 from their own 29-yard line for Southview. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left. 6:13 to play in the football game. Mansfield Sr. 7, Southview 3. Young calls for the ball. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Down he goes. Mansfield Sr. knifes in, and 2 in a row for Malachi Mays as he sacks the quarterback in a big play defensively for the Tigers.
I'll tell you what, it's open season, and that quarterback's the elk. You know what I mean? It's just that's a really tough situation to be in. When you're in that type of situation, it's just when you're letting everybody know it's a passing situation just by this, just by the yardage, and you have the ability to play athlete for athlete like Mansfield does, which they can play zero coverage and bring 5 guys, you're not going to win.
3rd and 28 after the sack from their own 22, and here they come again. A different guy in at quarterback. Pass going to be knocked out of the air by Miles Bradley, running toward the sideline that time as it falls incomplete. Nate Ford was in at quarterback, He rolled to the left, threw it. Miles Bradley, I believe, was a senior high player that got a hand on it, knocked it down. It'll bring up 4th down and 28 for Southview. The ball at their own 22-yard line. 5:23 to play here in the playoff opener at Arlin Field. 7-3. Mansfield Sr. on top. Southview will boot it away with Arvey. He'll angle it right side. And it'll now kind of float toward the middle. It'll hit and check up like in golf at the 45. And one of the Cougars comes sliding in to catch it just before it hopped back into Southview territory at the 49-yard line. Danny Nussbaum, the sophomore, looked like a shortstop sliding in there, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what you got to do there. That thing was, I was actually, before he punted it, I was thinking, I wonder if he's going to be able to punt this even to where the sticks were. I'll tell you what, Aaron, something to think about on that punt. The punter almost could have ran for the first down on that. I'm not joking. They had it locked up. No one checked the kicker on that. That's something that your coaches, I think, can see. Now, in this situation of the game, it probably won't come down to that. But I'm telling you, there was a lot of real estate to run for that punter.
Unfortunately, would he gamble needing 28 yards? That probably would have been the question. 5:15 to play in the game. Mansfield Sr. hands the ball off to Mitchell at their own 49-yard line, and he will just go nowhere. He had no chance because Southview had 3 or 4 guys in the backfield when he got the ball. Josh Meek, the safety, the first guy in there among others. Eric, a 3-yard loss back to the 46-yard line there.
Yeah, both offenses right now are in reverse. In the second half, it's kind of like both offenses are either in neutral or reverse. So good defense and maybe ugly offense depending on how you're looking at it.
4:43 to play in the football game. Senior High on top 7-3. They have the ball 2nd and 13 from their own 46-yard line, and somebody defensively just jumped for Southview into the neutral zone. Boy, that is a 5-yard gift that Mansfield Sr. will now get the ball into Southview territory. Eric, another first down. You could use some clock. Of course, you want to be able to score because it's just a one-score game right now, but wow, those are penalties you just cannot have.
Well, you got to look. You're looking inside. Quit paying attention to the sounds and watch the football. The football is your trigger, and far too many, really, just quite frankly, undisciplined penalties tonight for the Cougars.
4:17 to play in the football game. Senior High, 2nd down and 8. Reach back to pass. He'll fire the ball, tipped up in the air, nearly intercepted. Oh my, that ball was going to be intercepted, and one of the Senior High players hit the Southview defender before he could bring it in. I did not see which Senior High player did, but I'll tell you what, Eric, that ball was going to be intercepted. Great play.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. Somebody got smoked. I mean, I'll tell you what, that dude was about ready to catch that ball, and he just got absolutely smoked on that ball.
It was Avion Gross.
Yeah, that's about what I was kind of thinking it was him. I looked away for a second, but I saw just enough to see that dude get absolutely smoked.
The OH report all over it in the booth, helping us out. Glad to team up with them tonight here on iHeart Radio. Mansfield Sr. 3rd and 8. On their own 49-yard line, handoff for a couple of yards into Southview territory. That time on the carry was Darnell Hawkins, the senior. He'll go down at the 49-yard line, just a short gain. It'll bring up 4th down and long for Mansfield Sr. Timeout taken. We'll step aside. 4:03 to play in the football game in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. Mansfield Sr. 7, Southview 3. Back in a minute. You're listening to High School Playoff Football on My 100.1.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We deploy our investigators to preserve evidence. We have the courtroom experience to show the insurance companies that we mean business. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt. Contact us at besmartlegal.com.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Miles Bradley back to punt for Mansfield Sr. Joshua Meek set to receive.
Yes, 15 minutes. Oh,
Back at Arlin Field, Mansfield Sr. punting it away and nearly blocked as Miles Bradley booted that baby away. A low line drive kick. It'll sail on a low line drive into Southview territory inside the 30, just outside the 25-yard line. And Eric, oh my, that was close.
I'll tell you what, that would have been the game changer. That was it. Under 4 minutes. I think you're pretty much in 4-down territory if you're Southview. I think your entire season is contingent upon this drive because I don't think they have the ability to punt the ball and get the ball back. They don't have the timeouts.
They're under 4 to play now as they're going to throw it right side. I mentioned a new quarterback in for Southview. Good catch that time by the receiver. That was Josh Meek on the catch at around the 29-yard line. It's only a 3-yard gain. The pass from Nate Ford, the senior, the lefty, and quickly Southview to the line. 2nd and 7. The ball is at their own 29-yard line. 3:33 to play in the football game. 7-3 Mansfield Sr. Quarterback back to pass. Will throw it over the middle. Intercepted by Mansfield Sr. Intercepted by the guy who's having a monster second half. Miles Bradley picks it off at the 37-yard line in Senior High with a monster turnover.
Yeah, that it's not over, but just about over. Unless Mansfield Sr. here does something ridiculously uncharacteristic. I don't think you'll see this ball in the air. I think they're going to try to run this clock out. It's just, not only are you behind the 8 ball, you've struggled all night anyways if you're a Cougar fan here, but now you're asking them to short field, try to get the ball back and score, and you just haven't had much success the entire game here against that Tiger defense. Great job by Bradley there to make that play. Ball was thrown behind, which is to be expected. I mean, when you're looking at this situation, you're on your backup quarterback. Tall task.
Well, I'll tell you what, Miles Bradley has been huge defensively. Oh, by the way, caught a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage as well. 3:26 to play in the football game. Senior High 1st and 10 from the Southview 37-yard line. Handoff to Mitchell, and he will absolutely disappear into a sea of Cougars as one of many. Logan Moore is on the stop, defensive back for Southview. They're going to say he's going to lose a good yard, or they're going to say more than a yard, at least a yard back to the 38-yard line. So Senior High, and hang on, we have a timeout taken by Southview. We'll use our final timeout here of the football game. 3:16 to play, back in a minute. 7-3 Mansfield Senior. You're listening to high school playoff football on My 100.1.
Do that fake shit. I've never practiced. Oh! What?
Back at Arlin Field after the timeout, handoff by Mansfield Sr. as they'll bolt ahead close to the 35-yard line to carry on Mitchell on the carry that time for Mansfield Sr. As we are approaching 3 minutes left in the football game. 7-3 Mansfield Sr. They'll have it 3rd down and about 9 yards to go. And the ball at the 36-yard line of Southview. Aaron Hines, Erik Will, iHeart Radio, and the OH report tonight, bringing you high school football tonight. Gorgeous weather. Mansfield Sr. trying to get a big playoff win here in the opener. 3rd down, close to 9 here. From their own from the Southview 36-yard line. Handoff to Mitchell. Not a lot of room to run. And he's going to get pretty much right back to the line of scrimmage and no further. As right there, you saw several guys knife in. The first guy was big John Thompson, the nose guard, 6'2", 205, to tackle Mitchell. But, Eric, that clock continues to wind down. 2:14 to play. Senior high on top, 7-3.
Mansfield just milking the clock there. Mitchell getting himself lost in a sea of Cougars there. So, when you're looking at this thing, I don't see any road here. I mean, we're going to see what happens here, see if they get this ball back. I just don't see how they can score on that Tiger defense.
Especially if you're Mansfield Senior here. And we're going to have a timeout. We'll keep it right here. I don't know if we've had a 1 exact minute timeout so far tonight. You and I are getting used to that. We're anywhere from 40 to 50 seconds have been the timeouts here. Nothing's been the same in 2020 here. You know what I mean? Nothing.
Man. The timeouts, nothing. It really is kind of weird to think that we're all, this is the first round of the playoffs.
Right.
Next year we're kind of getting a little bit of a taste with an expanded playoff because this year everybody's in. Next year, top 12.
Right.
And I believe the top 4 get a bye anyway. So, just it's interesting. It's just been an interesting situation this year. These fall seasons are wrapping up. Winter sports are going to be starting here soon. So just really excited for this playoff stretch. Mansfield, if they can finish up this minute 49, they'll be playing a league foe next week. And, you got Lucas playing, either Mapleton or Cuyahoga Heights. That'll be fun. Shelby with a huge game next week against Rossford or Worcester Triway. So just a lot of great games going on around the area. Who knows, maybe Galleon can get a W and play an old NOL foe in Bellevue.
Yeah, great point. All right, so 1:49 to play in the football game. Miles Bradley is at the Southview 49-yard line to punt it away. 7-3 Mansfield Senior. Here late fourth quarter. It was 7-3 early in this game, and no one scored since. Bradley's going to boot it away. Going to be caught at around the 11-yard line. Bobbled momentarily by Meek. He'll return it across the 20, 25, and be tackled there by multiple senior high players at around the 25-yard line. I'll tell you what, Eric, if you're on the Southview side, when he bobbled that ball, you're thinking, oh, man.
Another one on the carpet tonight, yeah. We're going to see how the Cougs can do here, man. I'm going to get that ball in the air and throw it here. So, if you've got a trick play, you don't want to wait till there's 15 seconds left. So
there is 1:36 to play in the football game. 7-3 Mansfield Senior. Fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for Southview. The ball
here we go.
Is at their own 26-yard line. And we mentioned quarterback Cam Young not in the football game. As he is out, the quarterback will drop back to pass, this time caught by Meek on the pass across the 30, and he got drilled.
Yeah, got drilled, man.
That was Keontae Bradley to drill Meek at around the 34-yard line. Good pass that time from Nate Ford.
Yeah, that's a quick Cougar right there. I'll tell you, he turned around there, did a good job of stopping the feet there to get the ball.
I can hear the Mansfield Senior coaching staff yelling from the booth to our left. I don't know. Does Southview have any timeouts left? The scoreboard doesn't show it.
Yeah, it doesn't show it, but I don't know if it's been up all night.
But we are stopping play, and Coach Sean Adams is out onto the field.
Wow. I don't know
to see what's going on.
Huh.
And he's going to get his explanation as they're walking toward the sideline here.
I think they're telling him to set the clock to 1:22. I think that they stopped the clock, and that's not what they didn't want him to stop the clock.
Okay.
Yeah, 1:20.
You may be able to hear one of the Mansfield Senior assistant coaches yell down the stairs.
Yep.
As they open the door. A lot of noise in that room over there. Big ball game here tonight. 1:18 to play in the game. 2nd down and 2. Ford's going to roll, and here comes a blitzer. He'll throw it back. He had a man out there, but he couldn't get it to him. Miles Bradley was in hot pursuit, and the quarterback Ford just had to throw it back, but couldn't get enough on it. And it falls incomplete, intended for Moores at around the 34-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 2 with 1:09 to play in the football game. Mansfield Sr. on top 7-3. Can that Tiger D do it one more time?
Well, and what'd you have there, Aaron? You had a Tiger in pursuit of a Cougar, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So here's the thing. Angelo Gross was not going to let, or Avion Gross was not going to let
back
that
to
happen.
pass. Blitz is on that ball. It's going to be intercepted by Avion Gross. He picks it off at around the 32-yard line. Is Senior High trying to close this one out. Avion Gross jumps the route and rolls inside the 30. He'll be tackled at around the 27-yard line. And Avion Gross with a monster play as Senior High takes over with 1:04 to go in the football game, leading 7-3.
Yeah, it was just a tough ask there. You got your backup QB zipping the ball around there. You've got a lot of experience in that secondary as well. There is some experience back in that secondary for the Tigers. And, they're going to be able to wrap this up. They're going to be able to take a knee or two here, get out of here with a 7-3 victory, go back, kind of get healed up a little bit, get Coach Bradley back, back into practice, back into on the sidelines, which is where, he belongs. He needs to be back with his team here.
He's excited.
Oh, yeah. And so we're going to be able to see what they can do next week. We're going to travel over there to Community Stadium. We're going to see what they can do next week.
All right, Mansfield Sr., 1:04 to play in the football game, leads 7-3. And when's the last time you did a game where both teams scored on their opening drive?
Right.
And nobody scored since.
Right. Crazy, man.
Wild things happening here as Mansfield Sr. getting into Erik Will's favorite formation.
Hey, it's the best formation in sports, and I'll tell you why, because that means you got the big W coming, Aaron.
The victory formation as Duke Reese will take a knee. Clock continues to wind down. 47 seconds to play in the football game. Senior High will have it now 2nd down and long after losing a few yards, as he loses 3 yards as he's kind of lined up in the pistol. And they are just continuing to let that clock wind down. 32 seconds to play in the game. The play clock is at 10 right now, and we're under 30, and they'll use every bit of that play clock. As he'll take the snap, he'll put a knee down, and we can tell you as Mansfield Sr., that clock is under 15 seconds to play. We can tell you the Tigers are getting set to move on to the 2nd round of the high school football playoffs. A date with the Ashland Arrows, an old rival in the Ohio Cardinal Conference 2 times in one season. Has it ever happened before? I don't know, but it's happening next week in Ashland. Final score tonight, Mansfield Sr. a winner in the playoff opener in an old-fashioned defensive game. Mansfield Sr. defeats Sylvania Southview by a final score of 7-3. This is old school football, isn't it?
Old school football, 7-3, defensive struggle. No doubt there's offensive deficiencies, but we'll focus on the fact that both defenses are really good and played really well tonight.
All right, Mansfield Sr. with a big win. That defense was lights out all night. We'll step aside. Coming up, it'll be our post-game show brought to you by your friends at the Mansfield Richland County Public Library. We will hand out our awards, run down the stats, and put a wrap on this one. Once again, final score in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. Mansfield Sr. a winner in the playoff opener. Final score, Mansfield Sr. 7, Southview 3. We'll wrap it up next. You're listening to high school playoff football on My 100.1.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We deploy our investigators to preserve evidence. We have the courtroom experience to show the insurance companies that we mean business. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt. Contact us at besmartlegal.com.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
I'm Judge Steve McKinley, and I ask you to vote for me to continue as the Richland County Juvenile Court Judge. I'll continue to give great care to helping rehabilitate troubled children, and I'll treat every person that comes before the court with dignity and respect.
Paid for by the Committee for Judge McKinley, Carl Milliron, Treasurer.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. we believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Back at Arlin Field, final score tonight in the playoff opener. Mansfield Sr. a winner by a final score of 7-3. This is the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week on My 100.1 and iHeart Radio. Pediatric Consultants of Ashland and Mansfield offering comprehensive care with in-person or telehealth visits. Learn more at ohiopediatricians.com. As Mansfield Sr. a winner here tonight, we're going to run down through all of the numbers in tonight's broadcast game. We have some awards to hand out, and I'll tell you what a defensive game. Eric, I kind of wanted to start with you. Let's just jump right in before we get to the awards, before we run down all the stats. I mean, you don't see defenses on the field all night long and give up 3 points, let alone you do it on your opening drive. And something just popped into my head. A week ago, Mansfield Sr. gave up a touchdown to Mount Vernon on the opening drive. They gave up nothing the rest of the way, just 95 yards, and they actually do the same thing here tonight. How about that?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Aaron, not only that, but when you look at the second half specifically, there was really never a threat that they were going to give up any points. And if you think about it, Southview's only 3 points came off of the squib kick that went off the back of a Tiger, and they got incredible field position, which led to the first 3 points. So Mansfield's defense is what we think it is and what we know it to be. We don't even think it, we know it. It's elite. It was unbelievable last year. It's really good this year. Their issues have always been the consistency on the offensive side of the ball. But you know what? Here's what I love. They had a freshman quarterback come in today, and you know what? He made the first play of the game. Got a low snap, threw it. We had a double pass, and the great news was Bradley catches the ball, runs into the end zone, and that was good enough tonight. It was funny. We basically could have packed up and left after the first series for both teams.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's run down some of the numbers. You are listening to our post-game show tonight. It's brought to you by your friends at the Mansfield Richland County Public Library, branches in Mansfield, Belleville, Butler, Crestview, Lexington, Lucas, Madison, Ontario, and Plymouth. Urging you to crack a book tonight. This one's in the books. Why aren't you? Final numbers tonight here from Arlin Field. Mansfield Sr. again a winner, 7-3. The Tygers with 200 total yards, 137 for Sylvania Southview. Southview actually had more first downs, 11 to Mansfield Sr.'s 8. Mansfield Sr. with 89 yards rushing on the evening. They had 111 yards passing. Quarterback Duke Reese was 6 of 17, 111 yards as a senior high able to throw a little trickery. A touchdown pass actually didn't come from the quarterback. He threw it to wide receiver Amar Davis, fired one down the sideline, 59 yards to Miles Bradley, and that happened very early on in this football game, and that came at the 6:49 yard. But prior to that, it was a 36-yard field goal by Southview that they led 3-0. Senior high comes right back, their first play from scrimmage. Nobody scores from that point. Just incredible, Eric. here tonight. Let's run down some of the other numbers. I mentioned Duke Reese. He was actually 5 of 16 overall for 52 yards. Amar Davis threw the one pass. It went for 59 yards and a touchdown. Duke Reese did have one interception. The top receiver tonight was Miles Bradley. 1 catch, 59 yards. The only touchdown of the football game. Avion Gross, 3 catches, 23 yards, had the monster interception to seal the deal. Running the football tonight for Mansfield Sr. Good night for DeCarrion Mitchell. 16 carries, 82 yards. Ricky Mills had 3 carries for 18 yards. Southview, they were led by Logan Morris, who was impressive tonight. 19 carries for 75 yards. Nick Harshman, 11 for 34. Quarterback Cam Young was 5 of 12 for 41 yards. And Cameron Moran was 2 for 6 for 11 yards. Did throw 2 interceptions in the football game. Josh Meeks was the top receiver for Southview. 3 catches for 22 yards. Nick Harshman had 2 for 10. And Eric, as we continue on here tonight, and we talk about this game, 200 yards for Mansfield Senior, 137 for Southview. Each team had 3 turnovers. When you look at this game, Senior High had an interception going in for a touchdown, had a fumble at the other end going in for a touchdown. They easily had 3 scores tonight if that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what ifs, I guess you'd say. They did happen. Having said that, there were opportunities to score for Mansfield inside the red zone. They didn't, they didn't capitalize on those situations. So because of that, you got to go back and look at the film and see why didn't we capitalize in those situations, because this defensive performance tonight's pretty darn good. The offensive performance, I don't think, can get you a win next week. So you've got to go in, watch the film, readjust some things around, get a whole week of practice with whoever's going to be playing your quarterback position next week. Maybe you go in with the freshmen, but also have other types of packages, other types of situations to get your athletes the ball. We know this. Miles Bradley, Gross, those young men have to touch the football a lot next week to give them an opportunity to move past the second round of the OHSAA playoffs.
Well, date will be in Ashland next Friday night. Second time they'll face the Arrows at Community Stadium. Once again, final score tonight, Mansfield Senior a winner, 7-3 in the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week here on iHeart Radio and My 100.1. Do want to remind you, if you're watching on the OH Report, stick around in the postgame. I know they have some interviews coming up. They are hard at work. They got camera people
all over the place, man.
All over the place,
yeah,
man.
You can literally turn around. You're going to hit somebody with a camera. They do a good job over here. It's been fun working with them.
Absolutely. Glad to team up with them for the second time this season. Hopefully a bunch more as we roll down the tournament trail. Eric, let's begin and hand out our awards tonight. And let's begin with who made a heck of a play tonight. And the heck of a play brought to you by Mansfield's injury lawyer, Jeff Heck, and the Heck Law Office is a winner of some free pizza from Giannino's. And, well, I'll tell you what, you think about Amar Davis. How about that touchdown pass to start the game? I mean, that is a heck of a play. And, Eric, it stands up to be the only touchdown in the decisive play in this game, and it happened in the first quarter.
Yeah, it happened in the first quarter. Great play there, good design. And you're talking about a young man that not only did that, after he catches the ball, has the presence and the whereabout to throw it. And it was a perfect throw. I mean, he hit Bradley right in stride, allowed him to basically walk into the end zone. Like you said, that's the difference in the game tonight as far as points go. No doubt that was a heck of a play.
Absolutely. And Amar Davis, the freshman, will enjoy that free pizza from Giannino's and the Heck Law Offices with our heck of a play. All right, again, our post-game show, we thank you for joining us tonight. It's brought to you by your friends at the Mansfield Richland County Public Library. Branches all over the county, of course, one right here in Mansfield, but in Belleville, Butler, Crestview, Lexington, Lucas, Madison, Ontario, and Plymouth. And again, find all the events for all 9 branches at one website. Head online to mrcpl.org. You'd be amazed how many cool things there are at your branch of the Mansfield Richland County Public Library. All right, on to our Spitzer Motors game changer, whose hustle, whose effort helped change tonight's game for his football team. I don't know. Let's see here. He had a ton of tackles. He had a sack. He caught the game's only touchdown. He was just all over the field. He even filled in being the punter tonight.
That's right.
How about Coach's son, Junior Miles Bradley, our Spitzer Motors game changer? That dude played a whale of a football game.
Right, and to me, it's not even there wasn't really much discussion that goes in with this, Aaron. Couple sacks, batted pass. Like I believe you said, he had an interception. Had the game-winning or the game-deciding touchdown. just absolutely all over the field tonight. Great job. I know Dad will be happy that he played as well as he did.
Let me read you his stat line. He had 5 tackles, 4 solo, 1 assist, 1 sack, 1.5 TFLs, interception, caught the game's only touchdown. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's the stat line. And in a game like this tonight where you had minimal offense, he was the offensive highlight. So there's no doubt that the heck of a play was in the right situation because we had to have the ball delivered, but to be able to catch that ball, get it into the end zone, and then play the type of game that he played defensively. It's the complete game that you're getting from Mr. Bradley.
Miles Bradley with a monster game, and Mansfield Sr. with back-to-back playoff appearances for the first time in school history. They get back-to-back wins in back-to-back seasons for the first time in school history in the postseason. And Eric, you know this as we kind of talk about our Spitzer Motors game changer. I do want to remind you, Spitzer Motors, West 4th Street, Ontario, just down the road from Arlin Field. Incredible lease deals. Those brand new Kias, I mentioned, $99 a month. You're thinking, Eric, about a 4-wheel drive truck or a Jeep. We know winter's coming, unfortunately. You can get through it from Spitzer Motors. Tremendous lease deals, 4-wheel drive. You've had some credit problems in the past. Stop by and see them. They are good people. They will take care of you. West 4th Street, Ontario, and a proud sponsor for a long time of the Game Changer. And again, our Game Changer tonight, Mansfield Sr. Jr. Miles Bradley, who had a whale of a football game. And Mansfield Sr. wins tonight 7-3, an old defensive-style game tonight. 7-3, they win tonight over Sylvania Southview. Before we wrap it up, I did want to touch on just how special playoff football is in Ohio. You and I, of course, you took Shelby to the state Final Four back in 2017. We followed senior high in Lucas all the way to Canton, 2 state championship games. What a ride that was. Eric, you get into the playoffs in football. It is a special thing to play a high school playoff football game in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, you want to compete for league championships. That's your number 1 goal. And then your number 2 goal is to get into the playoffs. And 3 is to make that run. When you're a team like Mansfield, they got that taste of a state. They were in the state championship game. And let's be honest, they were potentially even a bad snap away from being there. You know what I mean? From winning it, from hoisting that trophy over their heads. So they realize as a program how close you are. Shelby losing to Clyde last year, being up 2 scores in the first half, and then losing to the eventual state champion, which was Clyde. How close are they? And then you look at Lucas. Lucas hits all the way to the state championship game, played very competitive for a half, and they're playing a juggernaut. Let's be honest. Marion Local, wow. They're good. Throw the division out. So, but Lucas, when you look at that, you realize, man, we're not that far as a program. So you have a lot of Richland County teams that aren't that far away. And so it is. It's an exciting time to be a Tiger, a Cub, a Warrior, a Whippet. Whatever. Plymouth's playing tonight. It's exciting time. In the entire county for a lot of different programs with an opportunity to showcase maybe a little bit of a chip on the old shoulder.
Absolutely. And, you see everybody root for one another, as long as you're not playing one another. By the way, before we wrap it up, I do want to remind you, great working with the OH Report. Stick around. They're going to have some post-game coverage. They're going to have some interviews. They're hard at work down on the field. But how about this? The stat guru, I know he can hear us. He's below us. John Davis just threw me this nugget. Are you ready?
Yep.
The last time Mansfield Sr. won a football game scoring 7 points or fewer, it was October 4th, 18 years ago. In 2002, a 7-6 win at rival Lexington.
Well, that's what he does. He pumps out the stats. We read them off. We're just... we're like strings hanging off the Goodyear blimp of knowledge, so...
That's why he's the stats
here,
guru.
Right, and he is, and that's really cool. No, that's actually a great little factoid right there.
John Davis on top of it. We appreciate you listening tonight to our post-game show, brought to you by your friends at the Mansfield Richland County Public Library. Head online. You can say goodbye to those late fees with the all-new Auto Renew, mobile printing available at the main branch. And again, so many cool things happening at one of the 9 branches of the Mansfield Richland County Public Library. Mansfield Sr. with the win tonight, 7-3 over Southview. They will face off against OCC rival Ashland next Friday night. We'll have that game for you on iHeart Radio. Next Saturday night on My 100.1, Erik Will and myself, we will be in Shelby as the Whippets will take on either Rossford or Worcester. Tribaway that game on My 100.1 next Saturday night. So you've told the wife Saturday nights off limits for a while, right?
Yeah, man. Hopefully we'll be following the Whippets here for a while. We'll see here what's going on with Mansfield and Lucas and those types of situations. Maybe Plymouth. Who knows? Yeah. There's all kinds of things we get to play around with there. But yeah, there's no doubt Saturday night that'll be a big one down at Skiles, and we'll see what kind of run. And like we talked about, in the pregame, I don't know if we said it on the air or just talking, but, Ontario's as hot as anybody, man, so, what kind of a run can they put together? Galleon had a nice win against Lucas. Can they get a win at home and then go play the Bellevue Redmen? Just a lot of great games in the area.
Well, I want to leave you with this. I mentioned head coach Chioke Bradley not able to be here tonight. He will be back next week. 73 wins as a head coach for Senior High, the third most in school history. In these 11 years, he's taken Senior High to the playoffs now 6 times, and this is the first time they've ever made it in back-to-back years. He, as a player in '93, was on the first ever playoff team. He coached the only unbeaten 10-0 team in school history in 2013. Oh, by the way, took him to the state championship game a year ago, nearly won that baby a year ago, and tonight they make another trip to the postseason, back-to-back wins. That guy, what he's done for this program has been incredible.
Absolutely. He's done a great job. There's a handful of people. Coach Valentine was at Ashland, had all that success. He retired. Gabe Helbert's absolutely killing it at Winford. Coach Teklevik's done a nice job over at Colonel Crawford. I think Rob Mahaney is as good as it's going to get in the area as well. I think he's fantastic. 2 straight playoff appearances, two straight league titles. I think they got a long run in them. And then you look at Coach Bradley right here. How good is he? He's as good as they get. Like I said, I don't know if there's a better fit in North Central Ohio than Chioke Bradley right here as a hometown Tiger.
Loves his city, loves his school, and Mansfield Sr. off to the second round of the high school football playoffs with a 7-3 win tonight here at home over Sylvania Southview. Once again, we appreciate you listening tonight. Great teaming up with the OH Report. Terrific partners here. Remember, they're going to have some more post-game coverage with interviews coming up in just a few minutes. Thanks for listening to the Pediatric Consultants High School Football Game of the Week. We will talk to you next week here on My 100.1. Be listening throughout the week where we will be next Friday and Saturday nights. Once again, final score tonight from Arlin Field. Mansfield Sr. a winner in the playoff opener. Tigers win. Mansfield Sr. 7, Southview 3. Thanks for listening as we say good night from Arlin Field.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We deploy our investigators to preserve evidence. We have the courtroom experience to show the insurance companies that we mean business. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt. Contact us at besmartlegal.com.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
I'm Judge Steve McKinley, and I ask you to vote for me to continue as the Richland County Juvenile Court Judge. I'll continue to give great care to helping rehabilitate troubled children, and I'll treat every person that comes before the court with dignity and respect.
Paid for by the Committee for Judge McKinley. Carl Milliron, Treasurer.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Back here on the post-game show, I am joined by the game changer from the radio broadcast, Miles Bradley, wide receiver, defensive back. You caught the only touchdown of the game-winning touchdown on your first drive. Just go through that play. You've told me before you came on here that you guys have been practicing that a lot.
Yeah, mostly throughout the years. That's like a big play for us that we always rep, and it's a trick play that we can always rely on and get a touchdown for us.
Yeah, and that was the only score of the game into the end zone, at least. Your defense really picked things up from there. I know you had a couple misfortunes on the offensive side in the red zone, but the defense really picked you guys up tonight.
Yeah, the defense really toughened up and faced adversity and made a whole bunch of stops, played a whole bunch of football. And I think defense was the real MVPs of this game.
The state title run last year, you lost a lot of key players from that, but it seems like you guys are getting better as the weeks go on.
Yeah, we're getting better. We're building our team chemistry and trying to wrap around each other and become a real good team. Even though we have not too many seniors starting, playing, a lot of young guys, but we still trying to come together and be a great team.
And that effort, that defensive effort, you're still going on. Next week, you get Ashland at Ashland. I know that was a close one in the regular season, but I bet you guys are chomping at the bit to get back at them.
Yeah, I feel like, coach has been saying it all week. We're trying to play Ashland again because I feel like we could have beat them before, and it was just a tough loss. We could have won a lot of possessions on offense that we just messed up, could have scored, and we're just trying to get back at them so we can get another win.
All right, Miles, player of the game. He has a receiving touchdown. He had a big interception in the fourth quarter. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, that'll wrap things up from Arlin Field tonight. Your final score, once again, 7-3 in favor of the Mansfield Sr. Tigers. We'd like to thank everybody that helped put this together tonight, the WMAN crew of Aaron Hines and Erik Will for being play-by-play, Mason Neese, Jory Hollenbach, myself were all on cameras, and Adam Thompson, our director right up here, did pretty much everything else. So wrapping it up from here, your final score once again, Mansfield Sr. 7, Sylvania Southview 3. Tigers move on. They'll take on Ashland next Friday night at Ashland. Good night, everybody.